Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm getting something ready for craft queue thingy right now, but okay. Eventually, I'll get an on-screen display for that. Hello, hello. Why not in the feet? Because I gotta save something for future OnlyFans, obviously. Hello, Deacon. Welcome, welcome. What did we get to yesterday? We got Gleba mostly done, I think. I need to double check what all I need on a kilo. I don't think you need much on a kilo. We need some. Oh, we do need some bioflux to ship. Actually, do I? I might not need to send bioflux back to novice. Wait, do you need it for the capture rocket? You might need it for the capture rocket. Because I don't know if I need to keep the biter bases alive. What does the bot rocket take though? Don't actually know. Darn, it takes 20 bioflux. Okay, so we will have to send some bioflux back to novice, which isn't particularly hard, I don't think. How many biter eggs do we need? Actually, yeah, I don't know how many labs I need, but it looks like we'll need about 10 biter eggs. 10 biter eggs per lab. That's fine. We'll have to do math, I think, with all the beacons. But yeah, well, we definitely want that. Also, I think because we have access to beacons, I do want to redesign this a little bit to better utilize beacons. Because if we're bringing beacons anyway, there's probably a setup that uses less of them. Well, okay, so this one probably can't, unless I bring like a speed module too or something. Actually, that's not enough productivity. What's the rate now? I might be able to get away with less. So that's 17. Which means there might be a design where I can actually do slightly less with that productivity research. How's the third tier of productivity? That's still 1,000 science. That is what is that? 5-10 minutes of production? That might be great. That's the wrong command. Was there some weird caching issue maybe? It's exclamation point design. But yeah, I feel like I could probably compact these and maybe get. So this is also an option. How much does this supply? That's 7.2. This could work. That's 14.4 with the mining productivity that we'll have. That's not perfect, but I think it's enough if we put a couple more prod modules up here. But this is what we have so far. We're going to blueprint this, so that way we don't lose it. But I think we can realign beacons and maybe make do with fewer of them. Because like this could probably get a prod bonus, and a beacon would be a little bit better. So that's a 0.5 each. We'll just cut. We'll ship those elsewhere. There's a setting somewhere. Is it in the debug menu? To like enable electric grid? Advanced tiles. Is it called power? There's a setting somewhere to make it that everything's powered all the time. But I don't know what it is. Does anybody know? I have no idea. I don't know where it would be. I thought it was a debug option. Is it something in here? Enable friendly fire, map settings, other properties? Could be other properties. I don't know if it would be under power or electric. Evolution factor, no. Oh, well, that's just forces. It wouldn't be under there. Resources, surfaces? It could be surfaces. Generate global electric network. There it is. It is under surface. Okay. So that makes it that I don't have to place power poles during the design phase, because the power poles are very easy to just place wherever. So that should be totally fine. This doesn't quite make enough, but it's pretty close. I might have to accept that this is good enough. Yeah, I feel like I could probably manage with this. Don't see a huge issue with it. That's a little cheaper, not a ton cheaper, but it is slightly cheaper. We could also get a second beacon, maybe. Because I do want two. I don't know if I necessarily need two, but I do want two. So if I were to do the beacons here, the output could instead be up here. That seems fine. And then LDS we still need, so maybe LDS can go here. Now this is now beaconed, so because this is beaconed, why is power so bad? I don't know. I don't know why it says low power when we have global grid. I wonder, would I get more out of speed modules here or prod modules? Or does it even matter? Speed modules, very significantly better. So that answers that question. 286, 225, yeah, that's totally fine. This should be exactly the amount I need, so I like that. I do like that direct feeding. That seems reasonable to me. Is there a better way I can align these that makes it easier to place? I feel like this is a lot easier to visualize, so that's probably worth it. Except there is that pipe in the way, but that's fine. We won't have cliff explosives, but pipe can be rearranged incredibly easy, so I'm not too worried about that one. I think we'll have other issues. But this is a lot of straight drags. I like that. That's very nice. And then, what are we missing? Oh, we're missing tungsten? I wonder if I could rotate this. Don't know if that's necessary yet, though. Let's see where iron would go. So we need molten iron. No, that's not molten iron. Once again, chose the wrong recipe. You guessing that global electric doesn't give free power, just free poles, so low power means you're not generating enough. It could also be... it could also be that I never unpaused it. So it never updated them. That happens sometimes too. Yeah, it's probably the fact that I never updated. In preparation for... Yeah, we're going straight to burner hundo, obviously. That's definitely it. Okay, so if I want this to direct feed, oil does need to come from the other side, or whatever it is. Wait, how would I get... I can't get an output here, I don't think, with this setup, because I would want these to direct feed, and then a beacon. Okay, those beacons apply to everything we need. That gets me up to the 2.1. Okay. Okay, this actually isn't this isn't too bad. So now it just goes like this. And now LDS, which realistically I could just do LDS in a different way. Yeah, I might be able to mix up, redo LDS, change this to iron. No, actually LDS looks fine there. No, I like that. Is that actually symmetrical? Well, this is symmetrical. Cool. I feel like it shouldn't be, but it is, and I like that. The setup is sick. I'm glad you like it. We'll see if it works. Last time I tried to do something like this, I messed up the spacing. So the direct feeding should be good. The nice thing is that this is very flexible about where I build it. If we move this one tile up, we can go into... You got the notification 15 minutes late? Oh yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't realize it's been that long already. Alright, plastic is... So, plastic is going to be shipped in. So it shouldn't be too bad. But I 100% plan to ship in plastic. Ooh, can I get this silo to be affected by that beacon? Oh, I can. And it's very easy too. Okay. But yeah, this is my goal, to get plastic. We just ship in one thing of plastic and we should get all the LDS we need for the entire run. I think. I don't actually know what the ratio is. I should probably check. That gives 2K plastic gives me 400 gives me 600 LDS without prod modules. Gives me... That would give me an extra 12, so that would be about 650 LDS. So with prod modules in the silo, that saves me also another 10%. So what is that? 50 divided by 12? No, divided by 1.12 gives me, we need 45 LDS per launch. And I said we're going to make 2,000 divided by 5 times 1.62. 648. So 648 divided by 45. That gives us 14 launches. Can we get everything in 14 launches? That might be enough. That might be enough. So 2K plastic would give me, I think, enough for this. Does anybody have like the minimum amount of research you need? Has somebody made like a compilation of that? I know cryoscience. I know how much cryoscience you need. I don't know how much of the other stuff you need. That looks nicer. Okay, power poles are going to be annoying. Also, would this be better like this? That looks a little bit easier to build, I think. And then we need a fast inserter. That is not a fast inserter. There we go. The other design is going to be easier to power. These 100% will be easier to power those. Okay, let's not go with that design then. Okay, and then we might be able to make do with like okay, for a little bit of belts. Actually, yeah, okay, so this converts it to landfill. This might not have the output speed. This produces 13.5. Never mind, these will have stack size at least 2 by this point. So they can move like 5 items per second, right? So that does have enough output. These are crafting. These are slightly bottlenecked. So I would actually only get... I wouldn't technically get all of this science. I would get like 2 flat. Don't get enough from that, which isn't inherently a problem. But it looks like we can probably just do a drag here with power poles. Wait. Lava goes through the middle and then goes up, kind of like that. So how long would this run? Does anybody know? Does anybody know the math that I have not talked about? Does anyone just memorize everything? I guess is effectively what my question boils down to right now. Okay, so we get 1 science pack from 200 molten copper-ish. I'm just going to say 200 molten copper. Actually, this is productivity bonus. So we get 20 stone. Let's say we get 10 stone per science. That seems reasonable, right? These use almost no iron, so we can just round this to 0. So if we get 10 stone per science, that is, and we say 10,000 science? What's 36? Is that just a random number, or is that the number I need? Wait, well, I don't know what number that would be. Is 10k science enough? Well, we'll have biolabs, so we need half the science. So I feel like 10k probably is on the high end. I did ask for math, that's true. I didn't specify that it had to be relevant and the answer, did I? So this would be 2,000 landfill. That fits in one chest, right? This can hold... Oh yeah, that's plenty. Okay, so if I just do like an iron chest here, we should be able to get all the landfill we need. I think I want to actually do... I think I want to do that power pole placement instead. So this is 864. So 864, we have to do a little bit of math today, apparently. Okay, so that's 2.4 times 3 times 2. By the time we get here, we should be able to move 14.4 items per second. That's actually... That's pushing it. That is actually pushing it, because we might not have this one researched by then. Actually, we probably will. We'll probably have this one researching while we do Gleba. So we could plan for this, or we could use a bulk inserter, which is also not a problem. If you're shipping in plastic, what about bluebirds? We're shipping in everything except LDS. I think the plan is to ship in rocket fuel as well. Not sure if that's a good idea, but it is the current plan. Planned planet order, I believe, is going to be Gleba, Volcanus, Fulgora. Because the only one that I think matters, the only thing that I think will improve the other planets is biolabs. I don't think there's any real reason for me to use any of the tech on the other planets. Maybe foundries. There's no real reason for me to use big drills. But I could probably justify a foundry. Yeah, I guess as long as I'm using only bulk and only this. This isn't 100% run. You used the kappa in your message, so I figured you just needed we're fine with a sarcastic response. Yeah, no, this is just a normal run. A normal any percent. So yeah, we can destroy everything we need, which is great. Will I have substations? I might be able to bring substations with me. What do substations cost? Oh, they're insanely easy to get. Let's see what this design would look like with substations, because I think we could probably justify them. We need like 5. Oh my god, that's so simple. So yeah, I think we can afford to bring 3 substations, right? Yeah, I think we can live with this. Spaghetti percent? Exactly. We have a nice spot for a Roboport too. Okay, I like this a lot. Also, what does the cryogenic plant produce? Cryogenic plant. I need to look up what a kiloscience is. Cryogenic plant. Is it not called a cryogenic plant? There it is. There it is. Okay, so a kiloscience needs lithium, fluoroketone, and lithium. Wait. And ice. I said lithium twice. Lithium needs holmium and lithium brine, which needs ammonia. Okay, so you only need Fulgora's stuff for the final science. You don't need carbide. For some reason, I was thinking you need carbide. I think that might just be for the quantum processors. Well, like, we need them for the railguns, but I don't think we need them for the research. And then... Is there a better spot I can place that substation? Yes, there is. Okay, and then if we limit these all Let's see, what's the stack size of you? 250. Okay, we'll do 5 stacks of that. Those aren't that expensive. I can always change my mind. And then this is 5 stacks of this. Okay. So that should be good. That's 5 stacks of that. Now this will starve science a little bit while it's running, but I don't think that's really a problem. We're only going to lose like 30. Let's see. We're going to lose half of half, so 25% of our science will be slightly slow. That should be okay. These should really be limited to 3. Yeah, that's the only one. I was thinking my options are basically I do Fulgora second, so I can afford to do slower production, or I do Volcanus second, so that way I can use a foundry on the other planet and make it easier that way. Which both seem very reasonable. Are these fast enough? I didn't actually check. No, they are not. Okay. 2.63. What's the consumption? 13.4. Okay, so we can't afford to make this a little faster. Okay, but we don't have enough copper, right? So this is 225. Unless I can speed this up, we don't necessarily. What's that ratio? 225 over 262. Yeah. Well, I mean, your choice is like an extra 20 minutes extra. Probably more than 20 minutes. Your choice is either like an extra half hour of holmium production or better holmium production from the start. So that's what I was thinking. I'm a little those are the choices, and I think they're both viable and have the same effect. Because 30 minutes early could easily be like twice the time to produce. I don't really know. I'm just making up a number, but I'm assuming all the planets are probably going to be fairly similar in length. This is the seed I'll be using. Yeah, it seems fine. Although none of the designs are designed to be like in a specific spot, just in a general area. At least Gleba seems to be considered as the most valid option in default settings. Really? Oh, for like the first? That one seems tough. Also, let's see, 250. Okay, so I have 0.86. 0.86 times 1.31 gives me 1.12. So technically this is too low, but it's like 2% too low. I don't think that matters. They do Gleba first because they think it is the slowest. Yeah, I guess in a default setting style, it's probably pretty slow because you lose spoilage. Since my spoilage rate is 10 times slower, I don't lose like any efficacy on the bioscience, so it's probably a lot more straightforward. Also, you get the biolabs. So if you get biolabs early, you like you have the amount of science you need elsewhere. So it makes sense as the first planet if it's viable. I really like this. No, I like this a lot. I want to see if I can like mirror this a little bit. I also don't know how much power I need. See if this goes down. How much power can we get with this substation is basically basically what we're testing right now. And then this connection is going to be really annoying to do, but it's not too bad. Well, actually, it's not that bad. And we can get the tungsten from both sides. That's pretty good. Okay, so we need to test this, but I think conceptually it's fine. How do you get the starting power? Do I need like one solar panel? I probably need to bring like one solar panel, right? Yeah. No, I definitely need to bring like one solar panel. Okay, and then you start getting insane amounts of power, and then you have more than you could ever use. Okay, now I need to see if this actually runs. Oh, wait. I did not connect this side. Hold up. So that means I probably should come from this side because it's easier to route this up. Ooh, no, it's not. You know what? It's not too bad. We have a couple options, but I think we go. I think we go around through here. I think that seems reasonable to me. And it gives rockets as required for Elo. A kilo only tech that's required outside of system check. Maybe I should just use a splitter. I don't know. It doesn't matter too much right now. The whole point of this is to be relatively easy to connect things. Okay, so these aren't running full speed, but I'm assuming that is because these are filling up. And then these should start running a lot faster. And it should be fine. So we should be getting about like 60 to 90. Something like that. We need to check our power production. We could possibly put prod modules in these. See, is this balanced? Is this side balanced? This should be side balanced as long as I didn't build it incorrectly. Which is a big if. Now we won't have the stack side. We won't have stack inserters, I don't think, at any point during the run. So we will never get like the higher throughput from that. Okay, so now we should be getting a good estimate of our science. 110 per minute. So that's a little under 2 per second, but it's not too bad. Researched in a biolab and with productivity modules, that's equivalent to like 3 to 4 times the science, depending on what kind of modules I use. Actually, no. 2.5 to 4 times the science is more accurate. I don't know if we need a steam buffer tank, but we could put one, like on the end. I don't think we strictly need them, but I think they're easy enough to bring that will be okay. But it is a nice little safety net, so we can probably roll with that. Now, I hate the cliffs. Even on any percent, you can't remove Volcanus cliffs. Chem plant is a buffer tank. That is true. It does hold like 10k, 10 to 20k steam, so it's probably fine. Honestly, yeah, its buffer is pretty solid. I really like this direct feeding. I didn't think I would like building on the calcite patch, but this looks really cool. It's stupid how little you need on the planets if you don't produce stuff on the planet. And then it looks like acid can come from the other side, so that way we can avoid undergrounds wherever possible. Though realistically, that doesn't matter a ton. Okay, yeah, and it wouldn't be worth putting efficiency modules because these are way nicer. I don't know what their packing density is. Let's see. That's about 2 rockets. Okay, I think I'm happy with that design. This is, ooh. Is this still powered? Yes, it is. I forgot this. This is so stupid. I will say, this is really, really stupid. Plastic. And then blue circuit. This is just so I don't forget. They're not called blue circuits. They're not called advanced circuits either. Oh my god, what are they called? Processing units. And rocket fuel. Now we could, if we ship in, I don't think it would be worth making rocket fuel locally. Right? Is there, what all do you need for that? You're going to miss the quality of life and simplicity of the SA when moving back to SE to finally finish it. Yeah, like I want to finish SE, but it's just, it's so much quality of life was added that it'll be hard to go back. I like this design though. I'm happy with it. This seems to be working full speed. This can only run for, it can only run for like 5k science. We can always add more chests though. The more chests we have, the less likely it is to be a problem. We could also do this though. If I could build it closer, it might be possible for me to just direct feed it into the lava. No, but I can't really build it that much closer because of these, can I? Actually, you know what? I might be able to. I might have some flexibility here. Not a ton. But like this could work. Nah. It's pushing it. The fact that it can only move in 2 tiles. Yeah, let's not worry about that. Let's just do... Like, could do this. Is that powered? No. Okay, so if I don't go into a chest, I need another power pole. So I think we just go into a chest. I really need to exit map mode. Okay, and then obviously some priming solar power, which can just go wherever. I don't know how many will drop down, but doesn't need a ton. Once you get a single instance of this, you just get like infinite fuel. Also, do I get enough sulfuric acid? I haven't checked. Rate calculator, we can consume up to 300 per second. These only produce 100 per second. So things don't run full speed. Things definitely do not run full speed. How close is this to running at full speed, actually? This produces 2k steam per second, which is enough for 30 of these, so we're only actually using like 120 less. It might be worth 1 extra pump jack, though. Or, actually, if I'm going to do that, I would rather do a speed module. Just for safety, but I don't think we need it. But this makes it that it can handle peaks perfectly without any issue, which is nice. Okay, am I missing anything like glaringly obvious? I feel like there's not a ton on this planet, right? And then I decided we'll do the big drills manually here. We need a place for a lube plant, don't we? Foundries require... What do foundries require? Okay, foundries require lube, so... We would need 1 foundry here. And then we need to upgrade it. So... That uses carbine. So I think we could do like a foundry here. And then with assembly machine here. Is my idea. Can we bring lube barrels? If anyone missed that, we're bringing lube barrels. We are shipping like 1 stack of barrels. And that gives us all the lube we'll need. I'm pretty sure. It feels so stupid. It feels so freaking stupid. But like... There's no reason to not do it. There really isn't. And then bots. And we don't need construction bots, but maybe we should bring a couple anyway, just in case I need to move something. But realistically, I don't think it will matter, but let's pay the really cheap price of 1 storage chest and a stack of bots. We'll be fine. It is. However, I don't think... I think rocket cost is not as significant as it seems. Like, that's my thought. And I don't think... I want to... nobody's really delving into the option of just launch a ton of rockets. I think everyone's focusing... so far in designs on making like really minimal launch thing, really minimizing launch stuff. And I kind of want to go in the opposite direction and just be like, this is quicker. Let's just do it this way. So that's what I've been going with. Now, there is a possibility, like while I'm in transit, I could be able to just like craft frames and bots as I go, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, and we also need, let's see, we need big drills, which have to be made in this. Okay, so those use molten iron. So the big drills will be produced here, and we'll probably just hand feed them a little bit. They're all very rushy. You're glad that you're not in space in your first place. Through was massively overscaled, like 50 launches a minute overscaled. That sounds fantastic, though. I mean, I guess if we're already shipping engines and circuits, maybe we're fine. We only need, what, 10 of them? Okay, we only need 10. Water's almost free on a kilo. Yeah, but it's tedious to set up. Oh, that's a lot of engines that we'll be shipping. That might be a manual launch. Because we only need like, we only need 70. 3 craft cycles. Electric mining drills. Okay, electric mining drills. We need 7 plus these 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh, plus the coal. Whoops, plus the coal. So that's 18. Plus the ones we turn into drills, which is 7, so we need like 25. That's pushing it, but I think that's exactly how many we need. Rocket capacity is 50. Okay. The barreled waters to start the power plant unbarrel way faster than melting ice on solar. Fair point, fair point. Unbarreling is incredibly power efficient. If you can ship 2K plastic bars, how heavy are the boards then? What do you mean? I mean, there is a world where we can just ship more plastic and do like local red chip production. But blue boards ship really well. I don't think that's a huge problem. This is probably a better ROI, so maybe it's something we could do. I'm not sure, but I don't know if it's worth it. In terms of like setup time. And then we need also circuits, okay. Because red chips are kind of annoying to make. Are red chips better? We could ship red chips. I could ship red chips and just make like a circuit assembler. It's 300 boards per... Yeah, 300 boards. These do pack a lot nicer. Wait, right? Okay, so that's technically an option as well. It makes it a little bit more complicated, though, to get acid around, but we could do... We could do this. What do green chips cost? See, that's 1,000. What about green chips? These are 2,000. Oh, that use... Okay, but these use a lot of inventory, which also is a consideration. Acid is pretty much everywhere. Acid is here. Acid is here. It's free, but it's a lot more to set. It increases my pipe count a lot to make them. It is kind of the issue. Like, yeah, it's basically free, but also not having to do something is also very nice. So being able to skip a setup is kind of cool. Oh wait, I guess we can't make a silo on here, can we? Should I just ship the resources for a silo on all the planets? I haven't really thought about that much. What does a silo cost? Steel, processing units, engines. Okay, so I guess we're sending a stack of engines anyway. Concrete might not be worth shipping here. Concrete might not be worth shipping. Steel also might not be worth shipping. Because I have a little bit to set up the rocket silo, right? Like, it doesn't have to be set up immediately. So I could theoretically just do steel casting for a bit. This produces 3 steel per second. So that would build a silo in 5 minutes. So I don't think we necessarily need to ship steel. Or extra steel. We need the steel for the silos, for the foundries. And then engines we're obviously shipping. So I'm just going to do full... We just need a full stack of these. Pipe we need. Engine... We don't need bulk inserters. We're just making do with these. Beacons. This is just kind of a list of what all I need. Although there's probably a better way to do this. Feeds and prods. Eh, whatever. It's fine. Just make 5 foundry. Boom. Done. That's true. I could make multiple foundries. Well, actually, I might not be able to. What does casting steel cost? Okay, so yeah, you're right. I could just do... I could just temporarily do like 5 foundries, get the steel, and then I'm out of there. So I only necessarily need to bring like 100 steel. What's the packing of steel? 400? Okay, so yeah, we just bring 400. I use all of that for foundries initially, and then I have infinite foundries. I can live with that. And then I'm just using all yellow assemblers. Actually, you know, we can do that. We can do that shopping list later. But I think handcrafting the steel is probably very reasonable. I'm not sure how I want to do the rocket parts. Rocket fuel does not ship well at all. What about barrels? That's a stupid thing to say. Do I need to do cracking here? What does cracking entail, and how much rocket fuel can I get out of it? Because like two rockets to get a single rocket off this planet is kind of garbage. We have this option as our only option. That produces heavy oil, which I then have to crack. Oh, that's so complicated. First, from 5 foundries, next step is 7 foundries if crafted in foundry ASAP. For what? Well, yeah, the foundries are going to be crafted in foundries. The steel is just to craft the silo. You have cracking set up, just the production is slow. Well, the production doesn't have to be that fast. It only needs to launch 1 rocket every 5 minutes. Max, right? If we're producing... Wait, what's the rocket capacity? 1,000. Okay, so 1,000 divided by 1.95 divided by 60. So we only need 1 rocket every 8.5 minutes, actually. I was off by a little bit. So if we do 1 rocket every 8.5 minutes, we're good. So that's something that could viably be... So yeah, we're doing barrel lube. That's all you need for the drills. We only need we need 10 drills total, so we're just bringing in barreled lube. There's no real reason for me to make it here. I don't think. It really depends. If I do cracking here, obviously if I do cracking here, I'll bring in lube. If I don't do cracking here, I won't bring in lube. Wait, other way around. No, maybe. If I do cracking here, I don't need lube because lube's really easy. But if I do cracking here, if I don't do cracking here, I'll just shift it. Oh, sorry, you're right. It's only the foundries that need the lube. The drills don't need the lube. Thank you. Either way, it's a very small amount of them. A very small amount of them. What all do you need? What all do you need for this? Acid neutralization, steam condensation, cracking. You know, okay. I see a spot where it might be really easy to do. So this would go here. This would go here. This would go here. Steam condensation. This is heavy oil cracking. Sorry, that's light oil cracking. This is heavy oil cracking. This is supposed to be a refinery. And then this would just go here. This would go here. It's so easy to set up, though. Okay. That is incredibly trivial. But how much does this make? That's the real question. Probably would need to do something like that. Getting it to here is fine. You made 20 foundries so far and went through like 10 barrels of lube. You shipped in 100. Yeah, exactly. We can get a lot. We can get a lot there. Actually, wait. It might be better to do... Well, okay. It might be easier to do this. I'm not necessarily better, but easier to do it this way. Okay, so this cannot run full speed. How much do we need for this to work is the real question. Without doing math, what if I just speed this up? So cliffs are not... You can't disable cliffs on Volcanus from what I can see. Well, you make 7.5 foundries from 2 barrels. Okay, so yeah, shipping in lube's pretty easy. It's really just a matter of if I want to set up lube barreling on novice, which I think we could do pretty easily. What is our rocket fuel production here? 5 per minute. That is barely enough. We can get enough, actually. I think that works. Okay, so this is another option for rocket fuel. I think we get enough out of it. Actually, I probably want prod mods in this if I do it like that. Can I fit a beacon, maybe? Maybe that would be better. There isn't really a good way to beacon all of these. I can beacon just those. Don't know if we get enough coal anymore. Oh, this uses up way too much coal. So if we do that, we need to double-side the coal lane. Which isn't inherently a problem, but it is something that needs to be done. Okay, so if I do go with rocket fuel, this is probably how I would do it. It's fairly reasonable. Especially if I do prod mods, we get a lot more. So yeah, this is any percent settings, so pretty much everything is massive. I replace the middle mining drill with a beacon and put the mining drill somewhere else. Well, the reason I put it down here is because it doesn't make a difference. Like, it does technically affect both of those, but that only matters if I do light oil cracking. Which I could do. This is probably better. And now in this design, I would do that, probably. That doesn't matter. We're just gonna give an infinity chest for now. We just need to make sure it lines up with a patch, which isn't too hard. Calcite, because calcite won't be a problem. Okay, so the advantage of doing this is that, well, now we're light oil limited again. I don't know if this actually helped. This should be more efficient, but not by a ton. It's a little easier to build, though, I think. Actually, is it? Is it easier to build? It might not be easier to build. No, never mind. It's like identical to build. This gives me enough rocket fuel. I feel like it shouldn't, but it totally does. Wait, we don't have rocket fuel productivity research, do we? Ah, never mind. Okay, this doesn't get us nearly enough rocket fuel. For some reason, when you go into cheat mode, it researches a bunch of productivities. Yeah, you're right. I would need a belt. Technically, I would have requester chests, but I don't want to make a design built around bots like most people are. Like, obviously, it's optimal, but it's just not that interesting, so I didn't want to use a ton outside of filling the silo with requests for, like, LDS and stuff. Or science and stuff. Okay, so now that we don't have that productivity, so this does still produce 8 per minute, which is fine. This consumes 3, so that needs an extra 6 drills. This doesn't have any extra. That's not how these are going to be powered. I guess that doesn't matter. I'm not sure how we're going to do the long distance powering. Probably substations or big electric poles or something. But yeah, if we do it this way, we do have to do a belt. But this is completely optional. I think the bulk of it is fine. It might be easier for us to get sulfuric acid and steam through to the other side, though, than it is to get a belt around here. Because this could also be up here. Oh, but then we have to get... No, either way, we need a belt. I forgot about coal. We put it here because of coal. Also, let's try to get the calcite chest there. Let's see, where's the offshore pump? Shore. You know, I've had a lot of okay, that is like the one spot that can't go. I've been typing shore recently instead of like offshore, and I don't know why, but it helps me find it faster now. I think I prefer it. Sure, that works. That is definitely the kind of drill we'll use there. Okay, that's better. Okay, we don't need this many solar panels either. But I think we're okay. Yeah, I don't know. This might not be worth it. How much belt does it use? Okay, that's not a lot. We can't really get it within power pole reach. Can I move this? I can move it up one tile, but that's enough. And we don't have to like have it perfectly, so it might be fine. This would be a fast inserter. This would be a fast inserter. This would probably go... Ooh, that would go right there. That would work. If you got a coal belt running next to the mining drills, you could use a burner. Yeah, I could ship a burner drill and use that. That's fair. Or I could just build a burner drill here. I guess we do technically have that option. Okay, but if I want rocket fuel, we can do that. Processing units, I don't see processing units being worth using, because like LDS doesn't pack that well in a rocket. LDS packs for about 4-ish rockets. Rocket fuel packs for about 2. Processing units pack for 6, and that's actually quite a lot. 6 rockets is pretty reasonable. I think that's actually enough. Because we only need 1 rocket of this, 1 rocket of that, and then the 2 science rockets. So I think we're fine. Or not the 2, the rest of the science rockets. Not the 2 science rockets. Why is there a production? Oh, right, we just... red underground? We don't have red undergrounds. That would require us to bring more in the rocket. Are you suggesting I just like go through here? Go through the middle? Yeah. Well, we could do... Honestly, this is cheaper. Don't know if that's easier to set up, but that is also an option. Or no, it's definitely cheaper. I don't know if it's faster to set up. Hold on. Thought I heard someone. I did not. I don't think I like that. The undergrounds are kind of annoying. Although we need them anyway. As long as it's less than a stack, I think it doesn't make a difference. Wait, did I lose power with this? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Zolg, thanks so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think we're... Wait, the rocket capacity of plastic is 2K? I thought that was just like... I thought it was 100. Okay. That's a lot. That's annoying. That this is almost easier to just do with 2 pipes instead. Okay, well we'll leave that. Rocket fuel is... It's a maybe. It is a maybe for sure. Processing units are probably a no. Probably a no. That's meaningful. Okay, and then Gleba spoiled, which makes sense. It's been running for 40 hours of game time. So yeah, it's not expected to last 40 hours of game time. We will have failed the achievement if it takes us 40 hours. So yeah, that's totally fine. Gleeva's all right. This uses the same thing. The only thing it produces here is rocket fuel, so we'll be shipping a lot of processing units to a lot of different planets. Also, let's check the map gen settings real quick. I did just save, but it thinks it's been a lot more time has passed. Map exchange string, new import, preview. Is there just something that I missed? I don't see a Volcanus Cliffs. Now there is this slider. I don't fully understand it though, but there is technically that slider. Also, I'm not sure what to do. We'll need to test asteroid density stuff. I don't know if it's better to do more or less. But if we look at Volcanus, let's mess with this slider a bit, see what we can do. Also, we need a plan to deal with the worm. I don't have any ideas on how I'm going to take care of the worm. Okay, so for some reason, I don't know what this affects. It doesn't seem to affect the starting area much. It gives it much larger lakes of lava, but it doesn't affect the area that I care about. So it doesn't look like this slider has any effect on the starting area. What about coverage? Okay, so it looks like this is pretty locked in. Technically, yes. But I want the achievement, so no. I would do that if after the first run, we can definitely turn off demolishers, but I need a plan to deal with the singular demolisher the first time. Because while this doesn't violate the any percent rule set, it does make it that you can't get the achievement. As it's only small, either turret spam or poison capsule spam. Turrets, both of those are tough though because neither of them ship very well, so I'm not sure how it would really do turret spam. Can they be even turned off? I'm assuming that they count under enemies, but that is a good question. It might not be possible. But I'm assuming no enemies does let you turn off demolishers. It would be weird if it didn't. But they're also kind of like an asteroid, so I don't know. Like, they're not so much an enemy as like a weird intermediate thing. Cheat. Volcanus. Editor. Okay, yeah. So we realistically would not need to... This is just for the end of stream run. Asteroids are a separate setting. So I meant it as like... I didn't mean like they are asteroids. I meant that as they're functionally the same as asteroids. In the sense that they're more of like a environmental hazard than like an enemy, since they don't really attack. So I think of them more as less of an enemy and just like... something you have to break. Wait, what the heck? Was this attacked? What? Why was that destroyed? That doesn't make sense. Was it destroyed by boom? I might have been destroyed by boom shrooms. Which I know is not their name, but it's what I call them. This design is really neat. Is there any way for me to save this belt? Not really, not without Logibots. It's almost like Logibots are not great. Okay, so now, this is the part I'm worried with. Since I don't really, like I said, I don't want to use Logibots. My thought process was sushi belts. Obviously, it's Vulcan. That's a given. So I'm thinking we do recycler, direct feed into recyclers. Gosh, these patches are pretty bad, even on like max settings. I might mess around with this because I can realistically probably find a better one. Because the nice thing is that most of the planet settings are independent of each other, or all of them. I'm not actually sure. Start area size might not be independent of each other. All right, we already imported it. But yeah, I want to look at Fulgora. I know there's like these settings. Don't quite understand how they work. So this puts the islands stretch out more, I guess. Because I feel like this looks like the same shape. They're just zoomed in. Don't know if that affects how much spawns on them. I really thought the patches were more dense. Yeah, so that one makes them bigger, and then coverage makes them more frequent. But this, so scale is only good if I actually need it. Because it does just make things farther away. This makes it closer. And maybe makes the patches close together. Also, it looks like it makes this small island. No, that's not a small island. That's part of the big landmass. We might have to do multiple islands. I don't really know what we need off Volcanus. We need a lot of holmium. Or sorry, Fulgora. I guess we can make a general design and see if we like it. And then if not, we can mess with the settings. Because I think most of this is going to be pretty samey. These are so far apart. I really thought like the scrap was a lot more, I guess, dense. I might be able to make do with this. You know, it is a lot bigger than it looks. I will say that. That's what they all say. Anyway, yeah, this stuff is a weird visual, so it's hard to see where it actually is. But I know we can do direct feed into a recycler. I think it's a ratio of 2 to 1. That produces 1.2. This consumes 2.5. So yeah, this is the ratio we would want. And then we have like a sushi belt going around it. This is a good start. So this isn't a full belt, right? No. Well, actually, hold on. This is full half belt, I think. For the science you need, I think you'll be fine with the smaller scrap patches and don't need a ruin. Worst case, bring big drills. Well, big drills don't really work in terms of like direct feeding. So that complicates the design a lot. So I don't think big drills are going to be the strat. Because I don't think it can scrap fast enough, can it, with big? Did I disable the power grid? I'm very confused. Did I not enable the power grid? Oh, is it surface by surface? It might be surface by surface. Okay, it's surface by surface. Okay, so a big drill does produce too much, although we could use speed modules if we want to use them. You know, it doesn't actually idle as much as I thought it would. Or at all. Is it idling at all? Is that running full speed? I guess, no, not quite, but they're close. We also have scrap productivity. Scrap productivity. I don't want any of these. We won't have any of these. Oh, we will have that one. That's the one we will have. Okay, productivity. Unresearch, 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 unresearch. Okay, there we go. Okay. This doesn't go on a good side of the belt, though. That kind of makes it a little bit annoying. But I was thinking we could do something like... I don't know if it would work. But my idea was this. Read from belt. And then... Oh, not there. We need a combinator. Oh, wait, does a combinator work? No, we need a decider combinator, not a constant combinator. Okay, so input each greater than 4. Output each. Actually, let's do greater than 10. So that's only going to output the stuff that we have a lot of stuff to get rid of. So that's kind of what I had in mind. And then we have this as set filter. So this was my general idea. God, that blinking is annoying. Hold on, sorry about that. Status icons. There we go. That way we don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I think that might work. It just means it's got to scrap anything that there's a ton of. And we would just need to do like balanced assembler placement. I don't know how many scrappers we need. It probably would work best with it spread out more, so that way there's always something. But this seems easy enough to set up logic-wise. And then we can grab everything we need, so that might be fine. What all do we need for science? That's the real question. Our goal has been 2 science each. We'll do this. Recyclers we make on this planet. So we definitely need recycler automation. Those we can't import, which is really annoying. And then we'll probably use construction bots on this planet. It seems reasonable. Yeah, I think to make this work, we just need a bunch of stuff fluctuating. Or we need a bunch of assemblers everywhere, and we just need like a little balanced design that we can like tessellate and then change the recipes on. You need fewer if we do custom. Yeah. But I don't think our recycling speed is necessarily a problem. I'm trying to figure out, like, I want to make it easier to build, not necessarily cheaper. Although, I guess if you have to, like, make double recyclers, that does kind of complicate it. But yeah, I'm not sure which one I would want to go with there. But yeah, hazard recycling is very good. That helps a lot. And now I have the scrapping value set really low, I think, but I think that's fine. And then we also need, okay, holmium plates. Okay, so we start with a chemical plant. No, that's not. That's not what I mean. Let's work backwards. Electromagnetic plant, because I cannot think of the recipes. We need electrolytes. We need supercapacitors. We need regular capacitors. And then we need to be able to ship off a couple of these from this planet into quantum processors. And then we need holmium for the other science. Okay, so this is accumulators, supercapacitors, superconductors. Okay. Plastic. How do we get plastic on this planet? Oh, right, we scrap it. We might be able to ship it in. That might be viable. I'm not sure if we'll be limited by that. Probably not. But yeah, it probably would be worth it to do hazard concrete. That would probably require like one extra assembler somewhere. But it's definitely doable. And we'll also just have like a buffer chest for specifically things like concrete. Actually, just scrapping concrete isn't particularly helpful in general. You consider yourself less of a speedrunner or more of a fast jogger? It's better as long as it's not speed walking, we're good. Speed walking is crazy. Don't quite understand it. This does not empty fast enough. Do I need a way to output onto the other side? I feel like I need a way to output onto the other side. Fast walking? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand it. I think it's also like really hard on the body and just just like it's not good for the joints and it's slower than running. And its rules are so strict. Like there's people cheat in speed walking by running, which is wild. Like I don't know, that concept to me is astounding. How do I make these? I forget how to make electromagnetic plants. Ew, refined concrete? I forgot about refined concrete. Well, that sucks. It's very, very obnoxious. Okay, yeah, this planet I think is going to be the hardest to design for. Although, if we do it really lazily, I think it's fine. This does work, which is surprising. I'm very surprised this moves at all. Of course, we're idling most of the scrappers, but that's fine. I could go into a buffer chest, maybe. An output from the buffer chest, because if we have bots, if we make something that can tessellate, it's fine. Fast walking is Factorio. I don't use ratios of aerobic sports. I mean, if you've done speedrunning, if you know any speedrunning, then we don't necessarily use the perfect ratios. I don't think speedrunning is it's not a ratio design. Like, have you seen how they make purple science? It's overproduced by like 7. Furnaces are overproduced by like 60%. Oh, there we go. Then we need ice melting. Oh, and we'll need power. Not entirely sure how we power this effectively. There's no reason for me to use... Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember. Do you make solution in a foundry, or do you make the other stuff in a foundry? That's true. It's the difference between not thinking about them and don't using them. Although, I don't think about... Oh, I definitely don't think about them. I guess I work backwards. It's not very effective. This is gonna be a tough planet to design, I think. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough planet. Okay, what's this ratio? Speaking of ratios. Technically a ratio of 2 to 1. Okay. I don't think this is gonna work then. I think we just need to not be lazy here. Then we need inputs. Input. Then this is in the wrong spot. But other than that, it's fine. Other than the fact that I built it wrong, it's fine. Okay. So I think conceptually this idea works, right? We just scrap stuff if it backs up. Honestly, seems perfectly fine. And it's a very, very easy combinator to set up. I think we're mostly input speed limited. Yeah, so I guess, well, wait, I put speed modules in these. Why are there speed modules in those? Because I think we're just limited by the ability of things to pass by. And then we have our silo here. I think our silo can just take directly from the belt. For like rocket fuel and LDS and stuff. It might be worth it, if I have it deprioritized, it might be worth it for me to have a buffer chest for these. So we just have one of these set to processing units, and the other one set to LDS. And then the one that's set to processing units actually could feed directly into a chemical plant. Because I think that's, or sorry, not chemical plant. Probably wouldn't need recyclers this late, so we probably don't need to worry about that. But we'll be making these now. That's not what I'm looking for. What do recycler... Wait. What are these called? Electromagnetic plants. Hello, that Quasi. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so this could viably just take from here. Yeah, I think we could figure something out there. We'll probably need to flip it, but I think conceptually this is fine. And that's all this, that's what this is trying to scrap. Okay, so we need accumulators still, which I'm assuming we'll want to eventually switch over to the electric plant, or whatever it's called. Electromagnetic plant. So we would want a design that can be upgraded. Because this is just to get us started. Actually, wait, do we ever need to start with accumulators? We don't, do we? They're not strictly required. So I don't think there's any reason to ever produce an accumulator and then upgrade it. I think we would want to immediately go for this. What are these limited by? Oh, yeah, we still need to figure out how to do the balance. Although a lot of this is stuff that was scrapped that probably wouldn't be. I don't know. We need to see how it runs at like a steady state. Because a lot of this is, it got way too many red chips that it shouldn't realistically get. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't thought about power. It might be a nuclear plant. I might just ship in a nuclear fuel cell. And just use steam power. Because steam power is pretty cheap. But I could see myself just bringing like a singular nuclear reactor. But I'm not sure. Lightning collectors are an option as well. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we'll do... I think we can think about the power later, probably. I imagine we'll be okay. Okay, yeah, I need to figure out... This is getting way too many red chips. What's the red chip sink on this planet? The red chip sink is... The red chip sink is... The red chip sink is normally modules, but I don't need those, do I? I guess I could craft efficiency modules here. That could be worth it. And just eventually they'll run better. Yeah, I could turn them into plastic. I don't know if that's a limiting factor, but that is an option as well. What's annoying is like it never really scraps them. Roboports? Yeah, I'll automate roboports. Wait, can you automate roboports direct? You can do roboports directly from a scrapper, can't you? Produces everything it needs in the perfect ratio. Okay, and then I also need electrolyte. So that uses heavy oil holmium solution. That requires... Now, there are no cliffs on this planet, which affects almost nothing, but I mean, it's kind of nice. Heating towers over nuclear because you get lots of solid fuel. That's true. They're the same ratio, aren't they? They're the same water to heat ratio as nuclear, so there's no disadvantage. We can get a heating tower. Yeah, thanks for reminding me those exist. Yeah, I guess this is the same amount of power as a nuclear plant, so yeah, there's no reason not to. I think we shift these over, but other than that, it's fine. I mean, we don't have like the final size. We're a lot more flexible than it looks. But we can do a heating tower just directly. Because we can start with lightning collectors until we get enough ice to run nuclear power, and it's pretty easy. Now, we would need 4 heat exchangers, so we'll need to get an actual power estimate here. Because this is a little bit not great. But it is easy. It's definitely easy to do it like this. Only limiting factor of that is ice production. Unless you have tons of speed modules, you never come close to over-consuming water. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It didn't seem too problematic. And solid fuel is not used for anything else, so we can just burn it forever. We would probably want to use a steam tank. But yeah, now that they only use like 10 water per second, it's fine. We can also add efficiency modules places if we realize we're lacking. Is there any way to check power whenever you have electric grid on? Yes, literally anywhere. Okay. Cool. So these are filling the belt now, almost. I think we need a couple more scrappers balanced around, but other than that, I think it's all right. What's my LDS production? Circuits are producing at a rate of... They're not called circuits. I've typed that so many times, and it still hasn't pulled up anything. I wonder why. Low density structure, we're producing 6, so we definitely need more than this. Definitely need more than that. This feels dumb. I feel like we don't need efficiency modules here. I think we just need to have a slightly better scrap distribution. This is, I will say, this is incredibly easy logic to set up. So if it works, I'm very happy. If it doesn't work, I'm still kind of happy, I guess. Now this is using up a lot of our processing units, but that will stop pretty soon. We only need like 30. What else do we need? Beacons could be useful. Maybe. Actually, beacons probably aren't that useful. Okay, so now we need to figure out how much science assemblers we need. This produces 0.3 per second. Oh, I see. Science is expensive. Okay. Probably want prod modules in that then. Am I going to have to do multiple small islands? I'm not sure how that will work. We could do like this island and have like 4 sections that we like paste down. It's like right here, we could probably use like a bunch of individual patches that lets us spread stuff out. Now they only run for a couple hours, but actually no, they'll run for a while. It's hard to see what the actual value is because this is considered one patch, but I think we could probably have drills running indefinitely there without problem. We also have a lot more space on this island though. But we could separate out the silos if we want to have like a modular build, or because I don't think we'll be able to connect islands to each other. But yeah, this, assuming it runs full speed, which it doesn't. I feel like I should have a battery buffer. Don't necessarily need an iron buffer, but it feels to me like buffers for some critical things would be worth it and not too difficult to set up. We could even do that if we want to YOLO it. Yeah, that could work. That way it cares more about the average production, not like the peak productions. The fact that you can control click recipes now, though, helps a ton. Like, that's really nice. You didn't used to be able to do that. How much holmium do we produce like this? So we're producing an average of 17 holmium per minute. This consumes 3 holmium per science. Wait, is that enough? Is that enough holmium? It has to be, right? If one science pack takes 3. Oh, but it also takes the solution, which is a ratio of 100 solution is equivalent to 1/5 of a plate. So divide that number by 12. Sorry, divide that number by 5. Okay, so this takes 15 holmium per second to run this. So we need 6 times the production, is that right? No, 8 times the... Do we need 8 times the production? No, that's not counting the outputs. That's not counting the prod bonuses. So 8 divided by 1.62. So we need 5 times the production. Yeah, we could use a foundry. I'm not sure yet if we'll use a foundry. And then we can also add prod modules here, I think would go a long way. If that's our limiting factor. Yeah, it's more like, it depends, we have 2 options, right? We can either produce half the science and do it earlier by going to this planet before Volcanus, or we can do the other way around and use a foundry. It's probably not half the science, but that's an option. I'm missing a red inserter. Oh yeah, I accidentally deconned it, thank you. I don't think that's what we were limited by, but definitely don't want to miss that. What does this have on the belt? You know what? This is working stupidly well. We just need to side balance it better. Should I like stagger some of the... Is there any way I can stagger it so that way some of them can have an inserter output and some of them can't? Because if I could utilize both halves of the belt, we're good. Oh wait, we can also use red belt. If this is our final planet, we can use red belt. And that probably makes it a lot more consistent. Yeah, why am I not using... Why was I not using red belt? Yeah, if we're doing a final planet and I can't afford like 100 red belt, we have bigger problems. Okay, so let's plan it around that and see how it runs. I don't think we're chemical plant limited. I feel like we haven't produced any holmium in a bit though. Oh, okay. Actually, we're producing more than I thought. Let's see. We don't necessarily need prod modules in these because they're stupidly cheap. I'm assuming batteries and gears are fine. Stuff does eventually get voided. Okay. Yeah, we're doing fine. How do we get sticks? Or how do we get refined concrete? Actually, wait a minute. Oh, wait, we would need calcite. But theoretically, I could do concrete this way. But, oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry, that's stupid. Pretend I didn't say that. Just ignore me. That's the wrong kind of concrete. So what we really need is a stick. We find concrete here. Probably another water ice thing. It probably would be faster to just do this. And this is taking up most of our concrete right now, but that's fine. We will need a concrete buffer at some point. Ooh, you know what would make a good concrete buffer, actually? If I do it this way. That's also going to steal... That's going to take steel. Which could be a problem. I'm not really sure what all we need steel for yet, though, so it might not matter. We're not getting sticks. Is doing sticks like this a bad idea? I feel like it is. No, that's dumb. I think that'll buffer too much. We'll just take from the belt. We don't need a ton of refined concrete, right? Nah. Now this is a really slow recipe, so it might be worth it for me to speed module this one actually while it's starting. I will also limit this. Let's see how it runs without this. Then what else do we need? We need electrolyte, which takes stone and heavy oil and holmium. So we could have a holmium on each side and an ice assembler on each side. So that's a 3.75. Oh my gosh. This is a really hard planet to get 2 science per second on in terms of like the amount of assemblers you need. Yeah, the other ones are like really, really easy. I feel like this has to be elsewhere. Do I just have to accept this is our goal? Because we also need we need science for a kilo science, right? Cryogenic plant. A kilo science is called cryoscience. It uses 1 lithium per 1 science. 1 lithium is a 1/5 of a plate. Never mind. So we need like do you only need 1,000 holmium? do you only need 1,000 holmium to beat the game? That's so cheap in terms of like how much science you need. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. I'm assuming they smelt at a ratio of 1 to 1. Yeah, I could use beacons to speed it up. It's not the quantity that I'm really concerned about. It's just the fact that that's a lot of drills. Second home implant isn't even working. Yeah, we'll probably delete that. I think since we're using red belt though on how I can probably expand this. Can I do this? Would this work? This might not work very well. I think this is putting too much stuff on the inside, so the only way this would work is if I had like an inserter at the end to help side swap it. I don't think that's worth it. Nah, that seems rough. I think if I'm going to do that, I should just do 2 separate circles. Balancing with it seems like it will be a little bit annoying, but I think the circular design works pretty well. Yeah, I think we could just do like 2 of these and try to get enough production around the edge. I think realistically we can't run all of these, but we can run most of them wherever we place it. That's okay. Because basically we have to do this blueprintless, right? But we have a couple options, which is nice. So this could actually go here. So that lets 2 of them feed directly into a silo, which I do like. I do like that option. Balancing this is a little bit tricky, but I don't think it's too bad. Read from belt, and then that should activate that. Okay, yeah, this is pretty manageable. It's missing 1 drill, but I don't think that's a huge bottleneck. So that should double our production. We need a better spot to do holmium. I think because holmium is produced at such a low quantity, we could have it being produced on the sides. And then water we can have being produced maybe like this. So that way they can take from both of them. If only there was like some kind of long distance travel you could do in this game with like out of belts. If only. If only, right? It's worth prod modding these, right? Yeah, probably. Wait, why is the electricity consumption so low? I guess it's just low. I forget that I have it like ultra beaconed in the other planet. Did you hear trains? No, it's not trains. Anything but that. Okay, so this is oh, this doesn't work because red belts can't grab from a corner. But that's fine. It's an easy fix. Okay, yeah, that's workable. And then I think we have a power plant here. Maybe. We'll have to figure out the power plant. It might look more like that. Yeah. That's probably fine. Oh wait, that's not grabbing from both. So we're not currently voiding solid fuel from both of them. I guess that's fine. As long as I get enough solid fuel, we're okay. Can I filter like that? No, I can't. Okay. I was hoping I could just do a filter of every single every single burnable fuel. That wouldn't really work that well, would it? Where's heat pipes? Okay. Yeah, I think we need the solid fuel from both. We could do something simple like this. It's not awful. It's like we can just filter it. And then we'll probably be okay. I like how this is scrapping so many red chips. Don't really have a good use for the red chips right now. Okay, so our production should be decent now. I'm not sure what things are backed up on. Okay, so these aren't running great. Oh, it's because we don't have any assemblers taking from the sides yet. I wonder if I can make it a little wider. I feel like I could... What if I make it the other direction? No, that doesn't necessarily line stuff up better. Yeah, we don't want it to have like a very specific spot. We just need it to be somewhere in here because I don't want to spend a ton of time memorizing it. Okay. I think it's going to take a while for things to run right. Oh wait, did I cut power? I think I cut power. There we go. That's what went wrong. So that uses 0.15. So this is a ratio of 2 to 1. Yeah, I don't think we can't heavily module everything because we don't have the power for that. Unless we accept it only runs at night, but then we have to double the science again, which is, I think, easier said than done. Just a little bit. Two of these seems reasonable. So that produces 0.6. So that would get me the... Oh, wait, that gives me 4. That gives me 4 of these. How much do I really need? Let's see. What do I need electromagnetic science for? We need to research railgun, so that needs 2K. We need 500 from this, so that's 2,500. And then Edge of the Planet is another 2,000. So that's 4,500. Fusion Reactor is 6,500. Don't remember if I already counted this. I think I already counted that. This is another 3,000. So we need 9,500 science. That's a lot. Well, okay, but divided by 2. So we need 4,500 science, and we could probably realistically produce 1 per second. I think that's viable, which would take 2 hours. That seems like it won't work. More than 2? More than 2 what? More than 2 science? Yeah, I mean, I obviously need more drills. I think we could afford to do more of these. Also, these aren't running full speed, so I can't even use that number accurately. This is working a lot better than I thought it would. You mean divide by more than 2? Oh, you're right, because we have prod 3s. So Volcanus drills, they only help if I do an inserter design. So if I do big drills, I have to use belts. I can't direct feed into a scrapper, and I don't think that's necessarily worth it. I don't know if the setup time would be worth it. I mean, conceptually, this is fine. This is a little tricky. I could obviously make do with 1 chem plant here if it weren't for the fact that it needs to grab from 2 belts. Unless I transferred between the belts. Like this. But just for holmium. So that's technically an option. That's not how I should do it. But that would reduce my chem plant requirement. Make it a little bit easier to run more consistently. I don't think that... Nah, I don't think that's worth it. But yeah, okay, so we'll have 2 plus another 1 point... Up to 1.4, right? So that would be... Yeah, we could get productivity modules by then. We would set them up while we're at novice using egg production, which is pretty easy. We also need to figure out how many biolabs we need. So that would be 9,500 divided by 2 divided by 1.4. So it could be as little as 3,000 science. So 1 hour for that is fine. That would be about 20 minutes to produce... There's not much we could do during that time. That would be about 20 minutes to produce all the space science we need to get to our last planet. But yeah, this... Actually, I don't know how much the foundry really helps. Because that's not what most of the cost is for the plates. I'm really tempted to do Volcanus last. I really am. Because Volcanus is super easy to scale up fast. Because if we look at the science cost uses, well, it uses 3.7 solutions. Okay, so it uses so it uses 7 more solution. Oh wait, no, it already has the base rate here. So it uses 60 solution, which is equivalent to 5 holmium plus 3 plates. So we're basically running for twice as long, or getting about a 25% increase to the amount of holmium I get. Because practically speaking, our limiter should not be the holmium plates. Because 60 solution... Oh, wait, 60 solution... Wait, is that 3 plates or 2 plates? I think it's a 50-50, actually. Okay, so it's like a 50-50. So it's reducing my holmium cost by like 30 from 6 plates. How do I do that math? To like 4.5, right? Effectively? No, I think it would just be 5. Because the solution doesn't get the boost. So it's reducing our holmium cost by 20%. But we're losing about probably 20 to 30 minutes of production. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't sound worth it to me. So much of it is just used in liquid form. What if we do the cryogenic plants first? Now we're talking. Okay, supercapacitors need circuits. Okay, so yeah, now we need to figure out how to do capacitors in this setup. I think we just might need to filter the belts at some point. Like I don't think it's sustainable for us to just infinitely take directly from the belts. Also, I haven't checked this in a while. What's our low density structure? 20, 10. Okay, that's fine. As long as we can do a launch every like 5 minutes, I think we're okay. But yeah, as long as we do Gleba first to get prod 4s, that reduces our prod 3s, that reduces our cost by a lot. Okay, we need to do cracking. Forgot about that. So that's heavy oil. I think we can make do with 1, right? Yeah, that supplies up to 8 of those. Okay, so we're good on cracking. We'll make the build a little bit cleaner later. I'm just trying to get like the amount of assembly machines we need, and then we'll figure out more stuff later. So these take almost directly from the belt, but not quite. And that is a ratio of 0.4 to 0.3. So I'm just going to call that 1-to-1. Yeah, I'm just going to call that 1-to-1. So 1-to-1. Or sorry, 3-to-1. So we need 2. We're trying to do a Fulgora design that's for like an 80% run without Logibots because I think they're boring. But no, it's not my first Fulgora design, but it's for a speed run, so it's a little bit weirder than it would be normally. I don't think this will have any trouble getting plastic and copper. Do I need copper for anything else? I really don't. So it would be better for me to just buffer it. So I think a chest like this should be fine. But yeah, we're only using silos for filling or Logibots for filling the silo. There we go. That's what I meant to do. I was clicking the wrong spot. I could pass holmium back through here. But I think realistically speaking, we probably get enough plastic and copper. It could be worth doing some kind of design to mix the two, because otherwise we have to double up on this, that's not inherently a problem. We can also do a speed module. No, we probably don't want speed modules. I think we want efficiency modules in most of these. Huh. Is that because I'm in editor mode? Yeah, okay. So editor mode is giving me a false idea of how, where I can place things. But yeah, I think we need 2 of these. And then I said this is a ratio of 1-to-1. Maybe I should embrace that. No, I said it's a ratio of 1 to 3. What if I make it longer? I could extend the belt. It might be worth it to rotate it. I feel like it would be worth it to rotate it. This is the number that really means something. So we get 16. Also, I'm gonna remove this. I don't think we need it. I really don't think we should use that. Then we need just a random chest so we can test stuff. Oh wait, this isn't I'm not passing holmium between the two of them, which means it's just being scrapped up here. Am I? Oh wait, right, never mind. Forgot how holmium worked briefly. We could do prod modules in this. I guess if I'm not bringing the foundries over, I should at least do prod modules. But yeah, that says we're making about 12 per minute. Maybe peaks a little bit, so let's say 13. How much does that give us? I wish this value was better. Okay, so 3 plates is 60 solutions. That's 120 solution, which is 120 solution is 1.2 times 2 divided by 12. 1.2 times 2 divided by 12. Not divided by 12. 1.12. So 2.14 holmium per science. Is that really all? Okay, that's actually not too bad. What kind of sprun? This is for an any percent. Mostly any percent. I will be playing with enemies on, so we do have to take care of a take care of a demolisher because I want the achievement. For the sub 40 hours. But other than that, it's mostly any percent. We just have to keep demolishers on. Am I getting enough plastic? See, this backed up again. Do I need a selector combinator? I wanted to do a fun end of year stream. I doubt it's going to be anything competitive, but yeah, this isn't cycling through the circuits. We could do a selector combinator and reverse the signal output though. Because now it's going to prioritize the circuits which back up the most. Wait, it can't output all of them at once with a selector? Never mind. Never mind, that doesn't work. We could just switch it constantly. You know what? That isn't terrible. We probably don't need to update it that frequently, but it does work. This is stupid. This is so stupid. So I don't want to use Logibots like every other Fulgora design, or any of the for anything really. So this read from the belt and says scrap anything that has more than like 10 items, and it seems like it's easy enough logic to set up manually. So then these just get set with a filter. It's absolutely stupid, but it works. That is so goofy looking. Okay. For stuff that backs up, you have special recycler assembly lines. Yeah, those could be viable too. If it's really causing problems. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of iron. But yeah, the issue is that we want to be able to set it up quickly, so I wanted to minimize the amount of boxes I had to do. So something like this to just randomly do them, I don't have to think about what it's scrapping, it just kind of decides for itself. We do waste some resources, but I don't think we waste the important resources. But the iron, I think, we probably shouldn't do an iron chest. I don't know, we might get enough accumulators. Nah, we don't get enough accumulators. We might get enough accumulators before this backs up. We can always do 2 of them if we really need. Do we get enough power? We probably do not get enough power from this. That is one thing I am worried about. Because if I check our power line, which we have just we have the global grid on. You know, our power is actually fine right now. But we also don't have science. So it's hard to say. We also do techno-wave lightning rods. You're surprised on how short on water you are for Fulgora? Wait, should I do an ice? I feel like I should do an ice chest, right? Because this is a pretty critical run. And now this just burns all the solid fuel, so that's fine. A steam buffer would probably be helpful. Prod modulating ice melting feels so weird. Yeah, we could prod module that, but I don't think that's one of our limiters. Because this should be scrapping. Yeah, this is scrapping ice, so we're fine on ice. This one's not scrapping ice, but that's probably because I added the chest. Yeah, we could always prod mod that if we are desperate. What are we testing today? I'm trying to make a relatively straightforward to build Fulgora design for at least 1 science per second. I'm thinking of doing Fulgora before as my second planet now, because that lowers our science goal by about... we probably could do 30% less. At the cost of having to not have foundries, but I really don't think foundries are as cracked as they seem. I think they are... I think they're overrated in terms of their benefit. But yeah, this is working well. Okay, scrap stuff is backing up, so we aren't scrapping quite enough. I think I would probably need to separate these with a larger gap and put scrappers in between them with the same like circuit logic. I could do multiple islands, so that is another option. If we make like a smaller design that we can pace like completely independent of each other, we could just do like 1, 2, 3 wherever it fits. So that is another option. So if we can make a very local design, we can just find like 3 spots for it, which would be really annoying to do the heating tower stuff for, but as long as we bring like personal construction bots, I think that's fine. Because we could like paste this over here, then we could have another one here. That would require like 4 silos if we do it that way, but it's an option. So we can just kind of run around with personal construction bots and do that. Because then I would have the size of this. Wonder, should I? No, I want this to be side-loaded. That's why it's designed like that. Although, I could do wider. I don't know. We need to figure out how much we can actually run first. So this, I said, is a ratio of 1 to 3. Which is a little bit annoying. How do I make electrolyte? Okay, so electrolyte's got to be annoying to set up. I don't know how those rotated perfectly, but they did, so I guess that's nice. This also needs electrolyte, okay. I could, it could be worth it to make this a little bit longer. Oh, we got rid of the refined concrete assembler. That's fine, they can go literally wherever. It probably, I feel like it's looking like it would be better for me to have these be separate. If I do them separate and then double-sided and then a little longer, I think we'll have a better time. This is on the wrong side, but other than that, I think we can make it work. Yeah, we can make that work. Okay, let's try making a smaller or a longer version. It's not necessarily smaller. It's not a doubled up version. Heavy oil shouldn't be a problem, so I don't think we need to worry about that at least. Why was that not deconstructing? Oh, I was going to the edge of the screen. Also, I need to be not in editor mode, because if you're in map view, things are really quiet, and then it's weird. I don't like it. Where did I place it? What the heck? Where did I place it? What? Where did it go? Oh, I put it on that island. Okay. I'm also thinking we might bring a car with us, which seems really stupid, but I have considered bringing a car. Okay, so if we're doing this, we do... I think power on the end seems reasonable. We might want an ice chest, but we don't necessarily need one, but it might be worth it. I think this is good. And then we would need a couple heat pipes. Okay, so if we are doing this, it actually needs to go a little farther down, but I think that's manageable. Yeah, okay, that's totally manageable. Not a problem there. Yeah, having the one local, I think helps. Can I do one more set? That is the real question. I would like this to be one wider. And this isn't like we are doing a set seed. It's not. We're not doing a complicated design that has to go in a specific spot type of set seed, though. If that makes sense. So we're not doing something like absolutely crazy, because I want to be able to memorize it within like, or at least be able to reference just pictures, because I want to do this in like a week and a half. Or 2 weeks, sorry. I want to do it the last weekend of the year. So we don't have enough time. We don't have a ton of time to do super complicated designs. Where's accumulator setups? That is not an accumulator. That is very much not an accumulator. Okay, so that can do 0.3. If we put prod mods in it, we can't do prod mods in it. We could do speed mods, but I think we're limited by other things here. Like actual battery production. See, how do I... Oh wait, what if I just do blueprint, absolute, and then I could just replant it later. Original island. We could do a separate one for the starting island. I feel like we have lots of options. Oh my gosh, why I want to deconstruct? You can't deconstruct if you go over that very top part in the map view. That's silly. Does other UI elements block that? Or is it... No, it's specifically this top stuff, but this... So it's like the window. The window edge. Can you rotate the hop tower? Oh, that's true. That's a good point. That is a lot easier to do than bringing a heat pipe up. Good catch. So that doubles the amount of power we can get. Although I don't know if we even have enough ice to make that work, but we'll see. I did accidentally destroy the heat accumulator thingy. Accumulator... Or, sorry, the infinite accumulator. Where's the creative mode? You can't access the creative mode inventories in map view. I feel like that's a bug. I don't know. I don't know if bug's the right word, but it is a bit odd to me that you can't do that. We don't really need a buffer holmium plates. I am a little concerned about how we're going to get the holmium plates to a kilo. That's going to be tricky. I think one island is just going to make plates, so that way we don't have to worry about balancing it with science. Okay, but now that this is wider, we do have a lot more, a much easier space to work with. Okay, so that's batteries. We're just going to assume that runs as well as it can. It probably doesn't, but that's fine. Also, I might be able to increase this now to like 15. Rocket fuel, I'm not sure yet. There's a good chance we'll just ship that, but I haven't fully decided. That is very annoying, but it's totally fine. Wait, did I? Yes, I did. No, okay, I might actually be able to reach now. Okay, there we go. That's a better balance. You'll need holmium plates. Yeah, I need like 1,000, right? I don't know how many should I need for the railgun. Let's see, that needs 100 quantum processors, which is 0 plates. Okay, so I need like 1,000, I think. Oh, that's true. If I am shipping rocket fuel, that is a very valid point. I should not ship rocket fuel then. Good catch. Was not even thinking about that limitation. Okay, I should probably have like a tank buffer, I imagine. Okay, and then this can theoretically power one of these? Two of these. Okay, it can power two of these. So we would need four of these if we're assuming we can run them full speed. We'll have to do some tests first. Alright, recycler production we only need on the first island, so we can remove that. Same with electromagnetic plants. I think our first island is going to be a little different with like what assemblers it has. I think if we put these on the edge, it actually makes more sense. This would connect here. This would probably have to go pass through like a drill. We shouldn't pass through a drill. Drills can be not placed. There we go. There's no reason for us to pass through the drill though. Okay, so that gives us more spots to take directly from the belt, which is nice. So now this can go here. This is two of these. This needs one of these. So we're gonna overproduce superconductors, it looks like. We're gonna have an extra superconductor plant in every planet, and I think that is perfectly okay. I know you can pass through the liquid, but I don't think we need to, which feels weird. But like, we don't really gain anything from it. The real question though is how do I do this one? This looks like it's going to be a very annoying connection to do. Never mind, I can just do that. Should I put accumulators on the belt? Is that stupid? It might be really stupid. I think it's really stupid. No, I don't think we can justify that. Because I could just do this. These are not feeding directly in. I forgot the inputs, but that's fine. It's easy enough to change. Yeah, there's really no reason for me to put the accumulators on the belt. That's dumb. Now we will need to bring a couple different sets of Wajabots, but we don't need a ton. Each section only actually needs to launch like 100, like four rockets. I'm realizing now. Okay, I think that works. And then we probably want to shift this over so that way I can also do plates on this belt. So this would go here. Okay. That's workable. Now, how do I get the pipe over there in a non-terrible way? I could flip this. Oh, that mostly works. I guess because the other assembler is already there, it probably is fine. That seems viable. There's probably a cleaner way to do it. Oh, right. I am gonna be honest, I completely forgot that I need... completely forgot that we need to get this over here. Yeah, so there's gonna be a separate island that produces everything for a kilo. We're gonna have four, I think the goal is 4 science islands and then 1 a kilo island for like plates and superconductors is the current working idea. I say island, but honestly I could, if I use this island and just have like 4 patches on it, we could probably get 4 of these just on one island, and then they can have 1 silo, and then we can ship rocket fuel. in that case, actually that's not a terrible idea, right? How big is this island? Because I think I can change the scale a little bit. That's the wrong word that I'm typing. Oh yeah, we can cover this whole island with like 5 roboports probably for building. Well, okay, but we need the lightning collector so they don't die. But yeah, this island, if we could get here, probably can get us all we need. Of course, that is a complete guess based on almost nothing, but you know, I guess that's how guesses work. Like, what am I missing? I'm missing rocket fuel. I'm missing light oil. I'm missing an ability to get this over to here. This doesn't need to take directly from the belt, so there's actually no reason for it to go next to the belt, right? This also... Oh, this does need to take directly from the belt, so actually... It makes a lot more sense for this one to be here instead. Did the music just cut out? That was weird. Okay, this would probably be better, right? There isn't really a great spot to put this singular thing. Oh wait, we need 2 of these. Or a speed module. Okay. Well, that's fine then. That changes things. Ooh, wait. I think I've got it. We do a chem plant here with cracking. Wrong cracking. We do a chem plant here with cracking. I guess it would have to do direct feed for that to really be clean, and that makes this part... Yeah, never mind. That's done. This part seems relatively straightforward. These should go on a different belt. Yeah, those should go on a different belt, actually. Which might make it that the light oil can go in a better spot. Because now this can go here. Okay, that's fine. Now this can go here. Water can connect across. And then maybe heavy oil. I guess it doesn't have to be like super fast to build. It just has to not be terrible. But I really do not like that. I don't like that one bit. This would be very, very annoying to build, I think. Accumulators are on the wrong side of the belt for this to make sense. Can I do a different side? Can I side swap them somehow? Yeah, I can side swap them. Because I want to output from this. That might be able to direct feed, actually. Those might be able to direct feed. We could probably get that to work. Because then now that can sideload. So we have the inputs. And then this would feed into 2 science assemblers. And it would have to go like... This would need an underground belt to work, I think. That's not correct. This doesn't seem... That doesn't seem easy to build. That doesn't seem good. I don't like this. These need to take from the belt. So you counted you'll need 1,300 plates. That's very little. Nice. I knew it was around 1,000. So it's basically 2 auto rockets. That should be fine. So yeah, we can definitely do that. I don't like the light oil. I think that's my biggest problem with it. Wait, this doesn't have to... Wait, this can just direct feed, can't it? Like, if we have to get the solution over here anyway. I don't know what the default state of these are, but I think rotating these should be fine. Like, maybe I just do this. And then the science can now be here? Oh, but now we can't direct feed between these two. We can't direct feed that many things at a time. Unless... No, we can't. I think we need to put holmium on a belt somewhere. Does anyone else see a line? I want to avoid using this top half because I want it to be flatter. So I'll probably shift this down a little bit. And I could rotate these with the sole purpose of minimizing size. Could work. Because we only have to, it's only going to be annoying to build once. That's the thing. Only annoying to build once, and then it's fine. So yeah, that could work. That makes it a little shorter, makes the footprint easier to fit with the other stuff. And then we can use all the height we need on this side. But yeah, what else needs holmium plates? Only these need holmium plates. The rest need solutions. So it could be worth it to just direct feed here, holmium, input, input. I think I want to avoid all yellow. I don't want to bring yellow inserters. Because I think in terms of rocket density, unless you bring the parts, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, so that's all right. That's not the worst. We would need to make these like a tile apart, I think, because now we can go down, and this can just go through. Okay, that's good so far. And then this would go here. And then this would go... It doesn't really matter how I do this one. It just needs to get side-loaded. I don't know if we get enough batteries. We definitely can't have a chest here if we do that. Because I didn't realize these also consume those batteries. Which means we probably don't actually want... We don't want that either. Okay, so we would just want the accumulators to go into a belt, I think, because otherwise these are going to be starved. Hopefully we get enough batteries. Not entirely sure how sustainable this is, but it's a start, at least. I love my random scrapper. It's so stupid. But I like it. Okay, and we'll probably put efficiency modules. Now, this uses a lot of electromagnetic plants. Well, okay. It'll use like 3 more electromagnetic plants than we need. I don't know if that's inherently a problem. It might not be as bad as it sounds. And now we need to get heavy oil and light oil. Can this go through here? This might just be able to go through here. Okay, that's fairly easy to do. And then, wow, this is very far from the edge, but that's fine. I think that's expected. So now we need an offshore pump just to test it. It doesn't matter if things get shocked right now. That's something that we can fix pretty easily. I don't have these on my hotbar. No wonder I have to keep Q-picking it. There we go. I wish you were able to Q-pick. I wish you were able to Q-pick offshore pumps. I mean, they added that you can Q-pick foundation now, but I would much rather Q-pick offshore pumps. So that's light oil, and then that needs to be sent to cracking, which is a little bit tedious to do. But I think we could do this. Okay. This might be fine. I feel like we probably want to prod mod in every step to reduce the amount of resources we need. Although that increases the power drain substantially, it might not be worth it. Now, I don't have a way to get the science out of this. That's probably important, right? just a little bit. We could do this, and then we have a chest. Okay, we'll see how this performs from scratch. So we'll undo, see how it starts. Let's get an actual number now. I'm assuming water is gonna... Ooh, water might be a problem. We also need to check power, so let's remove that. Hello, Vega. Welcome, welcome. Fulgora is a fun design today, I think. Let's remove... Actually, I don't think we have another accumulator on this planet, right? So if we do power grid, it should tell us what we're actually producing just using steam. I don't know. I mean, we can technically send water from space. I don't know if it's worth it. But yeah, that is technically something that can be done. Okay, there we go. That should help. Oh, I forgot the prod modules. Whoops. Okay, so that puts 1.6. So if that can run full speed, we have more than enough. Okay, it looks like this produces too little science, which we did know. 4 per minute. That's not right. 10 per minute. Okay. So we need 10 of these. What's our bottleneck? What can we speed it up with? That's the real question. It's circuit limited. It has plenty of superconductors, so that's good. But actually, we're not plate limited. We are battery limited. Interesting. So I think we just need more scrappers. Which is definitely doable. We could do another set of these. Oh, I see it Wait, I see it scrapping batteries. I could make sulfuric acid. I don't think it's worth it. Don't know how much it would really help. It might be essential. I'm not sure. What's it trying to scrap right now? I think we can increase the scrap count. That should help a bit. I mean, I know that better utilizes the iron, but I don't know if it's worth it in terms of like setup time. See, what does sulfuric acid need? I mean, if it makes it that we have to do like half as many, that is pretty significant. So we need sulfur. Gleba Fulgora Volcanus is the current plan. It was originally going to be Volcanus first, but since it's so hard to get science on this planet, and it's not that holmium limited, I don't think it's actually necessary for us to do... I don't think foundries are something I care about. Now, a prod module in here would help. Technically a little limiting, but not by a ton. But this makes it that it can do like 0.4 science per second. That is technically better. I love the random scrapping. I really like the scrap setup. Are these ever not functioning? What if I change it to like 5 ticks? I don't know if that's better. I don't think it makes a difference. You can't skip planets. This is for any percent. Yeah, the ice making... Well, I don't know if I... The thing I'm concerned with is if you're making extra sulfuric acid, I'm not entirely sure if there's enough ice. But we'll try. We'll see how it works. Yeah, that's not sulfur. I mean, it's easy to set up, but then you can't use it for steam, maybe. Yeah, that's the concern. This is something that's designed to be not, I guess not necessarily easy to memorize, but easy to build based on a picture. This water doesn't go anywhere, which means this can go in a better spot. Okay, we're very heavily water limited. Very, very heavily water limited with this design. Water from space isn't gonna work. Uncover / research? What do you mean? Oh, yes. Oh, okay, yeah. You need like 5 to 10,000 science from all the planets. I don't know the exact count. It depends on when you do them. But yeah, you need a bunch on a lot of different planets, so you can't skip anything. We could prod mod the ice melting. It seems so dumb. We can also do efficiency modules in a lot of places. That saves some ice. Because efficiency modules are cheap that we can set them up to craft while we're designing it. So efficiency modules decreases our power production a lot, or power consumption a lot. And then I wish there was a better way to fill these without it scrapping them. Oh wait, it doesn't try to scrap them. I just assumed it would. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, things that are running full speed, efficiency modules probably reduce our power consumption a fair amount. Can you quality ice melting? True. Okay, so if we do this, we need battery. We need to somehow get the sulfur somewhere though, which complicates things, because that's not particularly easy. Maybe it shouldn't be over here. Maybe it should be elsewhere. We accidentally destroyed the water pipe. Oops. I hate that. There's not a great way to build this. Yeah, directly, but then we need to get iron out of here. Like, we need iron. There's like a very important step, and either way, it requires us to redesign something a bit. Yeah, buffering the ice probably is a good idea. I think we can do that a lot. We can do that now. We couldn't in the original design, but we can do it again now. Okay. Move bottom recyclers to top and put their batteries? No, that's not an option. The recyclers have to be in different spots because of belt throughput. It has nothing to do with like volume. You just need to be able to scrap in multiple spots, otherwise it backs up. At least that's how it used to be. I'll double check, but I don't think they can be one-sided. We'll see. Yeah, that tracks. So yeah, they're not there for nothing. We could maybe move a couple of them though. It's possible we could do some of them. If we move holmium and ice to the right side. Yeah, I guess it depends where we want our silo. Although I don't think that necessarily saves anything. But where would I put the silo then? I want it to be a rectangle. I very much do not want it to be a square. Well, if we do this island, actually... There is a world where we can just use this one island, I think, and get everything. But let's see, what's our current science production? How much have we improved it? We're up to 12 per minute, so we only need 10 times as much. Cool. But yeah, we could possibly put stuff over here instead. What if we could do 2 separate oil cracking. Yeah, the silo can go down a little bit. Can't go down a ton, but it can go a bit. We have so much iron. Yeah, batteries would help with this. This is already messy. Heavy oil's good. We do need rocket fuel production still. But I don't think we need a ton of that. Buffering ice definitely seems like it's helping, and the prod modding of ice. And I guess we can prod mod all of the chains that use the heavy oil also would go pretty far. The module count on this is pretty high, but modules are effectively free because they can build each other. Because realistically, we can just set it up to have one that can build the other like 4 if we just connect them with like a series of roboports. What do roboports stack to? Roboports. 10. Okay, so yeah, I can get 10 in silo. Or 10 in a single rocket. That's not too bad. We could technically do one more here, although I think we don't really need to worry about it. Do we just not have enough scrapping speed? We might just need more... Well, okay. We're limited by other things. Like, we don't have a use for iron if we can scrap it, so we're not really losing anything from that. Maybe a little bit. We're losing one scrapper. So it looks like this is designed around 13 drills. This feels so expensive already. But I guess that's kind of why we're doing it second. So that way we can do less of them. Gosh, yeah, this just... We desperately need battery production. I have to improve. Well, okay, this will be improved to half. This will go to half. But the goal is to have like 4 of these. We just put them directly on the couple separate patches. We make it once, and then we paste to paste and paste. We need at least 1 science per second. We probably need 1.5. I don't think 1 science per second is enough. Honestly, well, okay, one science per second is equivalent to like 3 science per second in terms of researching. So that's about an hour to get what we need. One is doable. Well, 1 science per second is doable, actually. That's not too bad. Should I reconsider the design that had 2 halves of this kind of working together? Because that wasn't like a terrible iron. Oh yeah, Gleba's first. It's just so easy to get to and so easy, especially in any percent. It's just so easy to set up. I could double side this. I don't think the mess of... Well, unless it's a speedrun base, I can't imagine it will help much, but I am kind of curious. It's so weird that we have holmium to spare. Well, not really. We're actually, like, barely breaking even on holmium. I could double-side it. Well, There's not that many places you can do it if you double-side it. How large is the base? What? What? That was weird. Oh, that is a very small base. What does this produce? Oh, this is way too complicated. I definitely can't make this work, but it is interesting. How much science is this? 0.3 per second? Very, very different. I mean, we do produce science. We would finish the game in 5 hours. Why do you need sulfuric acid? Strictly speaking, we don't necessarily need it. But if we use sulfuric acid, we can get more batteries, which is our limiting factor right now. Actually, you know, I don't think it is. Holmium does not seem to go up that high. No, we might scrap some holmium soon. But I think holmium seems to be like barely leveling out. So if we get more batteries, I'm going to give them an infinite of batteries right now and see if this actually does anything for us. Blue belt's very much not an option. Those are incredibly expensive. I doubt we can get enough of them from novice. We might be able to make it work if we do it as our 3rd planet, but I don't think we can make it work if we do it as our 2nd. There's not a large enough time window to get like 400 blue belts that we need for all of them. Unless it was like a significant increase in production. We'll test it, but it has to be a pretty big improvement for it to be worth it. Because those are pricey. Red belts already are kind of pricey. What am I doing? Oh, all right, I'm spawning batteries. Yo, what's up, Cruel? You're doing 2.0 any percent, right? Or sorry, 2.0 default settings. Okay, so assuming an infinite amount of batteries, how much science do we get? That batteries don't go into that. Although I don't think it matters. PB, ooh, nice, congrats. PB compared to like 1.1 or PB just since your last 2.01? I mean, both are great. Both very nice then. Maybe blue belt on Fulgora instead of recycling. I don't know what that means. Oh, make blue belt on Fulgora, not maybe. Okay, that makes more sense now that I read it correctly. I guess lube is free here. We could slowly upgrade it. That's honestly not terrible. That does help a fair amount. But it looks like the max we can do here is 11 per minute with this many drills. Okay, let's try the blue belt upgrade, see if that goes up at all. It could just be that this is not that as many drills. This really just isn't a ton of drills. I think if we want to make this work, we do need more recyclers. Okay, we could probably... Oh, yeah, that's scrapping a lot of stuff. Oh, wait, that's part of the problem. Okay, well, we'll just make that stupidly large. Okay, let's see. That gives us... Not a ton. Let's see, let's look at it. It peaked and now it's back down. I don't know why. That's a weird peak. Not entirely sure what happened there to make it peak. What's its limiting factor? Batteries still. Oh, no, it's circuits. Oh, yeah, we would have to flip it. Let's not worry about that then. So I think we're circuit limited now. So let's try scrapping the processing units and see how that works. If we let the processing units be completely scrapped, how does it work? Scrap mined out? That... In one of them, yeah. Or in two of them. Three of them, okay. That's not terrible, though. I don't think that's really a limiter. But we can move it to a different spot. I mean, it could be a limiter. Gosh, it is so hard to produce massive quantities of this stuff. Why is this science so much more expensive than the others? There we go. Okay. So this is able to scrap everything now. I guess we did run it for a really long time. This is producing nothing of anything because we never gave it heavy oil. I'm going to be lazy. There we go. That's true. They don't need to work at 100%. Actually, I mean, they're working pretty close to 100% though. Like, they're not... The recyclers aren't the problem, I don't think. Okay, so I'd say we can get about, like... With this many drills, we can get, like... Oh, this is such a... 15 to 20, so we'd need 4 of these. And then, I don't think the blue belt helped. I don't think the blue belt helped here. Maybe. It maybe helped a bit. Obviously, this is an extreme example where we have cut everything from it, but that's fine. Okay, so now these are... Okay, so these are holmium limited. If you start from scratch and don't have, like, a buffer. Oh, but that's because of batteries. Okay. I don't think batteries fix our problem. The average production is so hard to get. You have to run it for way too long. Because I can only go like 15 times faster. We're limited. But yeah, it's apparently very hard to get holmium. Okay, so if holmium is our limiting factor, if we start it from scratch and don't have a buffer of holmium everywhere, it looks like it doesn't necessarily benefit us at all to do batteries. That's what I'm leaning towards. I don't think battery production is going to help our production in any considerable amount. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to manage the circuits. I could do I could do blue chips to only buffer up to like 400 or something. But yeah, the fact that we can only run one of these is kind of rough. I could do prod 2s, right? Power might be a bit low if we do that, but I could do a prod 2. So that's 0.28 per second. So that would give me, or sorry, 0.18. So this would decrease, I think, how much we get if we don't also do a beacon. So I think we need 2 of the assemblers, or a beacon, or a speed module. Probably would want to do a beacon. I don't know, the productivity bonus isn't that different. Can't quite see what our scrapping is doing, though. I mean, it's going to try to scrap batteries, so... I mean, I guess that's fine. Oh, wait, that's just because we were giving it infinite batteries. Oh, wait, if we were giving those infinite batteries, I think I might have to do a retest. Well, there's a lot less scrap on these than I thought. Although, okay, that's just because the edges. These have like 20,000, which would last like 5 hours. So if we just slightly oversize the drills, then we're probably okay. I could also like rotate these and then mine directly onto the belt. Really, the only issue with this design is that it is a little bit wasteful of the machines. So it might be more worth it for me to do this instead and put like a single beacon. Because if we fit a beacon here... Wait, that's somehow not getting heavy oil. Oh, we deleted it. That's fine. Let's clear. Heavy oil. Heavy oil's free, so we don't need to do a ton for that. Okay, and then maybe we can fit a beacon here if we need. And it could even be like a speed or efficiency. It just needs a little bit of production. And then we can give it an efficiency module to offset the power increase it just gave it, which feels really silly. It does feel silly. I don't think we necessarily need that. But yeah, this works better, I think. Am I buffering stone? Am I stone limited in any way? I don't think so. I think the internal buffer of these things is high enough. I do like this a lot better. And now it means we can make the footprint smaller by having the silo on the end. Can we do anything to make these better? Like, would it be better for me to just have them like here? I mean, that makes the footprint a whole lot nicer, which is nice. Power poles for this are going to be incredibly annoying. Honestly, building this in general is going to be incredibly annoying, but it's not terrible. Okay, but we want this one to probably have a limit of blue chips less than like 200. We can set up that pretty quick, I think. Do I want to do logistics network? Probably not. Not for that one. No, that doesn't need to be logistic network. That needs to be a wire. There we go. Because we only really need a buffer a few launches. I wish I had like an uptime checker. I could do, if I did more inserters, if I just do like a row of inserters, that gives us more uptime on the recyclers. Because you have higher odds of having something in front of it. And then I guess we could do someone did suggest a belt assembler. And then we would probably do it here. So we could upgrade to blue belt. It's not awful, because we wouldn't need any blue underground, right? So, like, we could just do this. That could work. And then it can upgrade itself eventually. And then this would be regular belt, this would be yellow belt. I think that's the order. Yeah, that's honestly not terrible. I do like that. Can I move this beacon? I think I want to move the beacon. Because I don't think this necessarily needs to be powered, right? That's overproducing. Yeah, okay, so the beacon doesn't need to be there. And that gives me 2 spots to connect heavy oil with this design. Which is the only external connection I need, which is very nice. Okay, I feel like this is reasonable. Does it fit on any of the islands? Because this is a completely independent design, right? No, okay, so we don't have rocket fuel yet. We have not done rocket fuel. Isn't that super easy? I feel like that's super easy. Because I don't think there's any reason to not locally produce rocket fuel. So we do solid fuel, then we do rocket fuel. And then we just belt it. Okay, I think we can work with that. How much rocket fuel did we get from this? So the nice thing is we don't actually need a ton of rocket fuel per minute, because with this setup, we're actually doing like 4 designs, which all with localized production, which means we don't have a ton of rockets going up. This is producing zero rocket fuel for some reason. Okay, well that's fine. It's almost like you need to attach the stuff that you build. Who would have thought? And then lube. Does this looks like it might be a little bit expensive to ship. I'm not sure. But there's a possibility that we can get everything we need just shipped down, except for the electromagnetic plants. But I think it's pretty viable to just ship most of this stuff. It might be worth doing prod 2s. Actually, what about prod 3s? Prod 3s are technically doable by this point. I think prod 2s in general, definitely worth it. It's super easy to get those here. And that probably increases our science by a fair amount. Okay, so this setup gives us... I cannot get an average. Does this look like the average? So 20 per minute? That's reasonable. I can live with 20 per minute from this setup. I do like this. I actually do like that production. We do need to check to make sure it actually does something first. Okay, we have an average. It's about 15. Is anything backing up, though? I don't know if anything's backing up, so I don't know if this will help. But let's try upgrading it and see if it spikes. I'm going to guess no. I don't think the blue belt really helps. It could be worth it to produce red belt, because we can definitely have red belt supply the other stations. I don't think this number went up. I think we have like the right amount of assemblers and distribution now that we can make do. We are holmium limited again. But there's not much we can do about that, is there? Oh gosh, that fluctuates so fast. We might... I think we're holmium speed limited. How am I limited by holmium speed? That feels really dumb. Why? Well, the issue with the holmium isn't that we're like limited by the production speed. We could do a prod 2 in all of them. But I think we would just need another beacon, really. Because it seems like it's actually speed limited. Also, we don't have... Do we have an infinite... We do have an infinite power source somewhere, so I need to see if these are actually running. Or can actually run. I'm going to assume... Wait, what? We would need a... We probably need a solar panel to kickstart it, but it might be fine. Well, I guess... Wait, no, we don't need a solar panel. What we really need is electricity. Lightning collectors. Wait, why is there no lightning? Is that off in editor mode? How do I get a lightning storm? Shouldn't there be like one every 90 seconds? So we should get one by now? What did I do wrong? This isn't technically Fulgora. Wait, what? Okay. How do I get to technically Fulgora then? I don't know what you mean by that. Like the lightning rods, like we still get the beeping, we still get the lightning rod area. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Do I have always day on? Thank you. That's probably it. That might be it. I don't know if that might not be it. But it's a possibility. Thank you. You have the same problem at editor mode. Yep, so it is just that. Good catch. Oops. That's fine, I think. Okay, so I don't think our steam production is sustainable unless we get like a water tank. Which might be viable. I think our power consumption is too high now with all these modules. I can't really tell what our power consumption is, but it's probably too much. A steam tank could also work. But we definitely need a tank somewhere. Okay. That's I think feasible. Nothing we have here is like ultra creative or anything to make it that this doesn't work. So we might place a couple accumulators. That could be worth it. We technically have access to those. I could see those being worth building. That's cool. I forgot about the daytime. Wait, so you can have the day cycle going through and always render as day so you can see better. Oh, that's a cool combo. It's a cursed combo, but it's a cool combo. I feel like this isn't a great, but I mean, it also is fine. See, how's our rocket fuel doing? Rocket fuel. I don't know. I kind of stopped a while ago. It's not a ton, but 4 per minute is technically enough for the science that we're producing. Because we only need about 40 rocket fuel for every... Wait, can I move this over a tile? Yeah. I only need 40 rocket fuel. Wait a minute. Is this worth doing regardless? This might be worth doing regardless. Like, even if I don't need blue belt, just producing belt to get rid of it might be Might be a viable option. But yeah, we need, for every 1,000 science we produce, we need 42 rocket fuel, right? So that's plenty. The upfront cost of this, in terms of processing units, is a little bit high. Our recycler count is a bit tough. It might be better for me to... Because I was considering this, right? Just doubling up, because really the issue is the if things are there when you need it. So we might be able to do half the recyclers or a little bit fewer recyclers if we do some extra assemblers. It does slightly benefit Blue Belt, actually. It's stupid that this is working, though. I feel like it shouldn't. Although its peaks are really bad. But I mean, it's fine. Actually, we don't need Logibots here. I could just feed directly into the silo. If I really wanted to. That's not a problem at all. Wait, can I make this belt shorter if I can... I could get this belt over here. And then it could just cycle through. But that... No, I don't want to infinitely do it. Do you get the Gleba belt upgrade? I might. Because it isn't that much science. So, like, that's only like 340 science. So if this is my limiting factor, that probably is worth it, right? That increases the belt throughput. Wait, does one stack of it increase the belt throughput? It does, right? Sometimes. So, like, that's technically an option. Why doesn't it seem like it's helping? Does it only work if they back up inside? I guess it only works if they back up inside. But it's still better than... Ooh, we're running out of our ice buffer. Well, I guess that's because we have a water buffer now. Actually, is a water buffer better than an ice buffer? I feel like it is. What are these limited by? This isn't really limited by anything. Okay, so now this is running almost full speed. So we're using the holmium about as well as we can. Is there any reason for me to have this like this? I don't think there is anymore. It was spread out more evenly, but I don't think that matters. But if I'm going to do 6 of them, this is an easier thing to set up because I don't have to redesign it. It also gives it a higher likelihood that it's gonna double stack. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, that's the... Well, the advantage of one over the other... I could do this. If I wanted to spread it out, that lets me spread it out so that way we can clear the belt a little bit better. And it's not that much harder to build. 7 recyclers plus the 8 recycled. Actually, this isn't as many scrappers as it feels. Okay, we can live with this. I think we can clean it up a little bit, but I think overall I'm pretty happy with it. It doesn't have enough lightning collectors. We also need oof. That was barely not in range. Okay, well, that lightning collector spot is a bit rough. Okay, so ice is technically fine. We do produce enough with this. Okay, so now we need to power it all, like for real. So let's pause it. Let's remove the surface thing that gives it free power, which I can never remember where it is. There we go. Oh yeah, powering this is gonna suck. You know what? That was way better than I thought it would be. Doesn't seem like the blue belt helps. Probably not worth the yellow and purple science. Oh, that's true. I wasn't even considering the fact that I would have to research blue. And that's just science. The only thing that I think it would help in... Like, my thought... Oh, wait, these aren't connected. There we go. Now they're connected. The only thing that I was thinking could be a problem would be that we don't scrap iron very fast or gears very fast. They kind of are wasteful to just have on the belt. It's like we could have a yellow belt. We could have a red belt assembler just to consume gears. We could set that up pretty quickly. Although these do consume a decent amount of power. But if we wanted to consume gears, that is a good way to do it. Like, that's not an option. And it could actually be slightly useful to have that red belt here. Yeah, we do technically have this option, if we want it. And then we should probably get a Roboport somewhere. We'll go around. There we go. Just make a separate recycler for gears. That's true, I could just double up. Which one's faster? Which one consumes gears faster? That's slightly faster. These are more expensive to make. But yeah, that's probably a good idea. Can this lock up with two of them? I don't think it can. No, it might. One of them works. That's better. Oh, actually, can this lock up? I don't think it's possible for this to lock up as long as you don't have an input into both of them. But yeah, that's the smarter option. We could also do the same with cables. Because I feel like those are things that back up on the belt. We don't really need a lot of. So that should help things run a little... Yeah, okay, that helps a lot. Okay. Overall, I am very happy with that now. I'm happy at the state of things. So we need 4 of these at least to get 1 science per second. Yeah, we definitely need this. Can you solve for Fulgora, please? You've tried 4 times. Every time your island descends to chaos and you just abandon it and try again somewhere else. I don't know if you want my solution, because this is currently what I have. Don't think anyone needs that. Needs this in their life. We don't need this weird rotation anymore. But I'm avoiding Logibots. Actually, should I... Is there any reason for me to not just feed these directly? I feel like there's not, right? Like, I don't see a world where this matters. Also, how many plates are we making? Or solution? Go for bot base, no belts. Yeah, that's the real solution. Oh, this is so many Holmium plates. Oh, yeah, we're totally fine. We need, like, a very small base to get enough Holmium plates. It might be worth siphoning off of science for a little bit. Actually, no, I think we can just... If we take this whole design and we just scrap most of it, I think we get enough plates. We should be fine. Yeah, quality module stuff is rough. But bot base definitely helps. I don't think belts are going to be your solution if you're struggling with voiding quality. Alright, let's see. Is this actually working? Yes, it is. Okay. This is stupid. This is really stupid. It's not as expensive as I thought. It does use a fair amount of recyclers, but the rest of it is really cheap, actually. It might not be worth bringing yellow. Well, okay. It's one of those things where it's wait, where do I use 4 undergrounds? Can I get rid of the undergrounds? Because if I could not use underground belt at all, I think that makes it a lot nicer. Okay, so we can move this. The factory is pretty cute. I like it. It does what it needs, and it does nothing more. And I think that's great. So yes, I can get rid of the underbelt. Don't know if it's worth it. But I can get rid of the underbelt. Currently, I'm looking at Gleba Fulgora. Gleba Fulgora. What's the last one? Volcanus. Potentially, I don't think foundries are worth it for Fulganus. Not early, at least, because that's the. I see a lot of people leaning towards getting a foundry on here, but most of your cost for the science is not in the plate form. So I don't really see a reason to reduce my holmium solution cost by 15% at the cost of getting science up later. Okay, this isn't actually that tricky. This is going to be annoying to build, but it's not awful. Ooh, does this cause a problem if this ever backs up? I don't think so. I think we can scrap those fast enough. We're probably fine. Fulgora first. Interesting. You know, we don't actually... The problem is that we don't have biolabs, right? But we could just not spin the Fulgora science, so that could work. Gleba is tough because of the artillery requirements. Is that a problem? Oh wait, Gleba is tough. Yes, I could see how that's a problem because you can't get eggs, can you? Maybe by like farming strafers. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So we would need 4 of these, and they would just go wherever we can find ore. We could do like 1 here. We could maybe fit 1 here. Oh, we could totally fit 1 there. Although these won't. Those will lose soon. Okay, this island can get us all the science we need. You can't kill egg drafts, so you have to take out the big stompers. Oh god, wait, does that mean... How do you even get stompers on 100%? Do those happen regardless of Evo level or something? Or are they just always... Is it just always possible for them? Yeah, I think they are. This is very annoying. Can I move the Combinators? I can move the Combinators, can't I? There we go. Okay, that's better. I realized there was a way to make it that the substations are very easy to place. And now we only use... Wait, we use 8? 1, 2, 3... Oh. Right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1... 2, 3. Okay, we can do it in 7. If you find there's a few cheesy ways to take them out that have been found. But the big stompers, I can't imagine that's a huge problem. Wait, is it... What... When you say big stompers, what size do they need to be? Medium works, right? Do small stompers work? Wait, do small stompers exist? They might not exist. Okay, so this lost power. I think we need more lightning collectors. Or maybe a couple accumulators. I have not designed the spaceships yet. That was going to be the last thing I did. Okay, so now we lose all the power, and then... Actually, I don't know why we lost power. Oh, we're out of... Ooh. Maybe it's not a good idea. Should I put logic on my solid fuel? It might be worth doing logic on my solid fuel. Because, like, we... Oh, wait. No, these just aren't connected. Never mind. Never mind. The ones that shoot. The strafers? It's technically any percent. Although I also want to get the achievement, so we do technically have demolishers on, so we have to plan for around a single demolisher. I doubt it's going to be super competitive, but I wanted to do... I want to get back into casual speedrunning a little bit if I can, just as fun streams, because I really enjoyed the burner hundo run. I think we could decrease the steam turbines. Although, not by much. I could do one less. Well, I mean, like, not like grinding for, like, an insane time or anything like I used to. I'm trying to get an average value. Okay. So, yeah, we'll do 4 of these. I might do it first. Oh, but we can't use prod mod. Oh, I guess I'm not planning for prod 3s on this planet anyway. So, yeah, we can do it first or second. Gleba only really helps us once we start researching. We could definitely just hoard stuff and research later. Although transport capacity helps, so this will probably run slower and then get a spike when we get to Gleba. Well, yeah, it's definitely more approachable. If you do this first, you need a different... Oh, you're right. I completely forgot I was using heating towers. I can use nuclear power. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult to do nuclear power. Like, I can ship enough nuclear power. Oh, I guess if I do it first, would I have nuclear power? I might not. How long does 50 nuclear fuel last? It's 1 gigawatt? Wait, fuel cell. 8 gigajoules. So 8,000 divided by 40. It lasts 20 seconds? That doesn't sound right. I forgot a 0. 3 minutes. So much more. Okay, so 200 seconds times 50, that's 3 hours? So I would have 3 hours of fuel if I ship 1 stack of fuel cells. That is 5 rockets, admittedly, which isn't great. Is there a cheaper way to ship them? Probably not. No, I don't think so. Actually, yeah, okay. It's slightly better to ship them with this stuff. Can you ship the rocks? You can ship the rocks. They don't have a high capacity, but I think it's a little better. So if you ship the rocks, what does that? If you have... The rocks aren't better unless you have productivity in your assembler. So it's kind of better, but not really. It's about the same. I'd say it's about the same. But if you use productivity modules, it's better. Also, power here is kind of rough. I think we do need to place some of the accumulators, which I don't think is inherently a problem. It's just something we need to do. You can store steam from reactor for fuel efficiency. Yeah, well, I figured there's no real reason for me to not ship 10. But yeah, I could just have the reactor be limited based on steam and temperature. Steam or temperature. We could also just do this just fine. Just jumpstart accumulator production in an EM plant, use boiler steams if you're going that way. Oh, if I'm going nuclear? Actually, wait. If I do nuclear, would I want accumulators? I don't know. We'll figure that part out a different time. I want to do a little testing with spaceships first. Oh, just use early novice tech. Fair. We haven't done novice at all. This is our Volcanus. It imports blue chips and plastic. Gleba imports everything but rocket fuel. This doesn't have a bioflux out yet, so I need to figure out that. But I don't think that's going to be too difficult. And then Fulgora is just going to be 4 of these, I think, on this island. We might see if we can resize this. It technically makes carbon fiber. It only needs to make like 100, so we're not too concerned. Well, I guess we need rocket turrets. So we probably need like 200. I don't know. I have to design the ships, but we don't need a ton of carbon fiber. You need very little. Isn't that all you need for the railguns? Yeah, railguns are insanely cheap. So like, that was for I think 2 to 4 railguns, and then you could do like 5 rocket turrets with like a couple stacks of carbon fiber. Yeah, carbon fiber is not used in high quantities. Unless I'm missing something. It's not used for the science, right? I don't think it's used in the science. No, that would be silly. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything. And it's not used in the quantum processors. No, it is used in the quantum processors. Okay, so it's an extra 20. An extra 100 per railgun. For some reason, I was thinking it wasn't in that. Okay, so 120 per railgun. Still isn't a ton. But I have a couple really dumb ship ideas that I wanted to try. Space platform. This one will be first rocket. Now, I don't know how many asteroids I need. One assembler might get you there, especially if you're starting on Gleba. Oh, for carbon fiber? Oh, I'm not worried at all about carbon fiber. It produces so much more than I need. Yeah, no, we're good. Carbon fiber is fine. It produces like the 200 I need, like an hour or two earlier than I need it. It's fine. You designed a Volcanus base for 100%. You think that a mini-mall is needed to expand the base with blueprints? Yeah, with blueprints, Volcanus I think is pretty cool. Without blueprints, I can't really justify building stuff on other planets. Because I really don't think productivity bonuses are that useful when resources are that high, but I mean, we'll see. I'm just experimenting with like slightly different ideas. What the heck? There's a create button. Okay, I was like, there has to be a better way. But the first things first, we have it on 50% settings right now. This isn't how I would want to do it. Maybe it is. No, that's stupid. Anti-ice is considered shipping intermediate stuff, making final products for a ship on the ship. Yeah, that's why like I'll see a lot of people considering stuff like that, and it might be fine, but it might also be a waste. So I'm just trying like different stuff. My philosophy is like, what if we consider that rockets aren't cheap? Like, or what if we consider that rockets are dirt cheap? I think what's the way to do this? This, right? It's one of the way. 3 camp plants next to each other, water facing Zev. Oh, to do it like in line. Yeah, that works too. And then probably need the gap here. Ice melting. Fuel, other fuel. But I have it set to 50% asteroids right now. Don't really know how much I really need. Because it's like one of those things where like it depends how much you're shipping up from the basement, I guess. To how much the basement, to how much you really need. Thruster. But I haven't really done any spaceship designs that weren't just fashion over function or form over function. So I don't think our spaceships are going to be great. Someone was speculating 30 to 50 was the sweet spot for asteroids. Is it a 80? They've been working on a lot of 80% stuff. Have you seen how people speedrun the Shattered Planet? There didn't used to be a height limit. They made 100 high ship with mines. Well, they patched that, I imagined. I imagine that doesn't work anymore, right? They patched the hell out of mines, and they're no longer a viable option in any way. Because they blow up space platform, and they like don't destroy anything in the process. Okay, let's try very basics. Let's assume. Is there an infinite? Can you give infinite iron? Is that a thing you can do? Probably not, right? Because I wanna. This was like, what if you don't need smelting? Is currently my working idea. Okay, this could technically work. We still need asteroid collectors for fuel. Which would probably go, I don't know, here? The asteroid collector is kind of hard to fit into this. We probably don't need the cargo for like our first ship. I don't know, it depends on where we go. We might be able to make do without the cargo. If you haven't messed with the crushers directly feeding the production of fuel ammo, it's worth considering. What do you mean? Do you mean like send like one crusher of every fuel and just have it go directly into the machine? I don't really know how that sounds different than any other way to build it. I don't know what sounds unique there. I'm missing something for sure. I like how you can just build these wherever in editor mode. Wait, does that mean these aren't built weird? I don't know. Things are just kind of... It's not making space platform under it. I don't know what button I need to press to make space platform. Force place doesn't work. Yeah, I'll definitely have a similar machine 3s. I'm pretty sure. Asteroid collectors go into a big sushi belt that goes on a loop around the whole ship. Then you have a trio of crushers feeding on the fuel production at the bottom and a sushi belt. Yeah, I don't have a similar restriction, and it's only like what 300 science or something. It's not a ton. It's like 5 minutes of science. Oh, it's 500. They raised it, I think. But it's still not a ton of science. But more importantly, it never enters the hub. Yeah, so you're just saying like do a sushi belt. Sushi belt could work. I need to figure out how like the new constant combinators work. I haven't done just a constant combinator design. I don't think it's that hard, right? You just have to set everything that you want. So that would be ice carbon. And then also filters. So that would be chunks. And then you overflow these. Can you do it this way? Hold on. 2 to the power of 31? No, you cannot. You can add new groups on the constant combinators too. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, since I can't use a blueprint, I don't know the easiest way to do this. Maybe if I do, let's do test A. We'll do 2 to the power of 31, then we copy that. We did not copy that. This might break, I'm not sure. I don't know how to utilize the groups very well. So then I can copy the same group, right? But then can I rename the group? And then I don't have to set all of those again. And then I just say, take 50? Should be fine. The combinator thing, it makes sense. He was using 2 to the 30 and connecting it twice. Why? I don't know why. Was that faster for him to type? Oh yeah, if you use the same combinator to read... Ooh, hold on, someone's asking about dinner. That means I'll probably have to get off soon. Didn't notice what time it was. Yeah, so... He was wanting, I think, to read from the asteroid collector, so I think he had to, like, make it a little bit more complicated. Because you can't read from an asteroid collector and filter them at the same time. Oops, that is not correct. I'm trying to decide if I want really, really garbage tacos that for some reason I like, or Hawaiian food. Yeah, that one I think is useful if you want to use the internal storage of that. So I should probably learn that. For now, I think this will work. So we have a crusher here. And then input, output. Then we set recipe. And then we set recipe. Okay, and then we need solar power. Can I do solar power here? I can. This is a lot wide. It's okay. It's a lot harder to make a thin design than I thought. How do I get these to not place weird in editor mode? I guess I can just manually do the platform. Like, I want the space platforms to place. There we go. Editor mode overrides some stuff and it bothers me. We don't actually need iron plates, do we? No, we don't need iron plates at all. Wow, 50% ice is or 50% asteroids is very low. So if I do this, I think I need to ship up ammo. What was my thought? Because I think it's not that difficult to ship up iron, right? Like, iron's pretty cheap. Iron packs well. I'm just gonna fill in the gaps for now. We also probably don't need a ton of asteroids on 50%. There's not a great spot this can go. I can move these down a tile and I can fit something else in there if I wanted a gun turret, I think. Right? Yeah, okay, so I can fit a gun turret in there. I don't know if we need a rear gun turret, but we can get it. I don't have the assembler. This might need to be moved. That doesn't quite work. I can move water over. And it doesn't use any more space, so that might be worth it. Oh, never mind, this doesn't work at all. Because now I don't have water. Who else made their first ship a nuclear ship and then for some reason got stuck on a planet? No, I would never. I mean, I got stuck on a planet, but I guess it wasn't because of that. It was because my ship got damaged and I didn't bring in anything to repair it, so it took me a really long time to get off the not shattered planet, we didn't make it there. Edge of solar system. I want an I want an assembler here. I don't want to make it that much wider, but oh, whatever. For testing purposes, I guess this will be okay. And then we'll limit the output. Nope, we don't need to limit that. We just need to limit this. Less than 500. I don't know. I need to see. Well, one, can we craft enough? But I figured we can just ship up a ton of iron. Have we made any fuel? We have not made any fuel. What is happening? Why is stuff just being voided? Oh my god. I did not see. I put the... Whoops. I don't know why I'm doing that, actually. There's absolutely no reason for me to do that. I can just do this. Okay, I wanna see how much ammo it uses if we just fly to Gleba. Full speed ahead. Because it's very possible we can just ship up everything we need. For, like, at least our first ship. But we need to get resources first. This isn't working. Did I do it wrong? So this is outputting positive. Oh, I'm not reading from the... There we go. That's why it wasn't working. Okay, now we're just waiting on carbon and some more water. Okay, it shouldn't be that much longer. So let's head to Gleba. And we'll just say go whenever you feel you're ready. It should be fine. We have 400 ammo, or 500 ammo. We accidentally... Oh, that was the problem. Okay, well that's an easy problem to fix. Okay, so 50% asteroids seems... Wow. Do we have ammo damage? We might have ammo upgrades. Damage. Yeah, okay. Let's undo most of them. I don't know which ones we would have. We probably wouldn't have any of them by the first planet, except for... We probably wouldn't have this. I don't know if I'll do military science early. We just need military science by the time we go to Volcanus. Actually, if we do Fulgora first, we can get Tesla turrets. That might help us on Volcanus. Which seems really silly, but I think it would work. So physical... So yeah, this used about 100 ammo to get here. Let's see what the return trip looks like. Shooting speed we'll also get rid of. Although that's not going to affect our ammo count. I don't think. And again, we'll have up to this one. Okay. So we use a lot of ammo to idle. That's actually a problem. So we can't safely idle. I don't know if it's good. It can deal damage to the Demolisher, so I'm assuming it's tolerable. Okay, we ran out of fuel somehow. Not a great start, admittedly. Okay, so I think there's a little bit to be desired in our ship. Don't know what the problem is. No, I definitely know what the problem is, but I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so maybe we can't completely not have ammo production. We could probably do like one furnace though. Let's see, this would need to be filtered to just iron ore. Because like 50% asteroids is what I have it on right now. That seems like a good balance. But we don't have, what's reprocessing? Reprocessing is a Volcanus tech. So we won't actually have access to reprocessing at all. Which might be bad. The annoying thing is we have the fuel to get out of here. It's just this combinator isn't cycling to it. It's 20% resistant. It's resistant to everything though. To be fair. I don't think it's... I think it has the resistance to everything. 20% is not too bad. Or wait, is it 20% or is it 20 and 20%? Because that's pretty significant. Okay, so one turret is not enough. 2 turrets might be enough. Oh, you're right. I could do a tank. Okay, so I say we need about 100 ammo per trip, probably. So I think we, even at this percentage, we can't cut too many corners. Despite wanting to. I don't think we cut as many corners as I did. Also, how expensive is this in terms of platform? 220 platform. That's a lot, isn't it? That's like 5,000. Is that 5,000 steel? Is that why everybody limits, like, tries to cut all of the spare platform? Because I haven't actually looked at the platform costs in a while. I don't remember what they are. Is it called platform? 20 steel. Wow. Cable's like dirt cheap. 20 steel, though, is a lot for the space platform. Actually, is it? Realistically, I'll be producing like 7 steel per second, right? Probably by this point. So I could produce... I'll have at least half a belt of steel. I'll probably have a whole belt of steel. Which means I could produce 1 foundation a second. Which means I could do a ship in like 3 minutes. Never mind. That's not nearly as bad as it... It's not as bad as it feels. It looks like a lot, but I think since my resources are nearly infinite, it's fine. Yeah, we need a ship that can idle in orbit, I think. Actually, we don't necessarily need to idle in orbit. Although we need to have enough inventory capacity to make it to Gleba and start on Gleba, which admittedly doesn't require a ton of stuff. But I think we'll have to do the ship design now. I've been streaming about 3.5 hours, so I need to wrap it up here. But we'll do, let's see, is it today? Sunday? We're doing a meme run tomorrow. Since I can't usually do that one for like too long, I'll probably do a little bit of designing at the end. We definitely need to lower our standards for some of the planets. I think we're fine on Fulgora. I think we're fine on Volcanus. I think we're fine on Gleba. Gleba is missing bioflux production completely, so I cannot actually make biolabs yet. I think that's very easy for me to set up, but it is something I need to do, like off to the side probably, if I'm being really lazy. We have some options there. We might even be able to get enough bioflux from this, because bioflux lasts quite a while, right? 20 hours. Bioflux will last us 20 hours. So yeah, we're fine. We don't actually need a ton. We do need to figure out how to make our labs, but we'll design that later. But that's it for me today. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. I will see you all next time. Peace.